Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everyone, to the 3POA podcast, episode 101. I'm your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan. Got a couple of great guests for you tonight. This first guy, you might have seen him a couple times on this channel and every other channel on YouTube. Please welcome my translucent friend, Zakainen! Whoa! Did you get the button-up shirt meme today?
I can't do jokes right now.
Oh.
Could you maybe big screen? I could do it. I just don't want to overstep my bounds. Thank you. Everyone, it is Saturday. It is my name is Jason. I play the online personality Zakainen quite often, and it has been 24 hours and 4 minutes since I last streamed. So I told myself I can quit anytime I want to. I was wrong. Let's go! Let's do this!
Oh my God!
Lord!
The Electric Mayhem Band. Oh, that is an awesome T-shirt.
I couldn't go full gains. You never go full gains.
No, never full gains. Wait, so you streamed yesterday?
No, it's been 24 hours. It was the 100th episode. It was my last stream.
So
it's been 24. Sorry, not 24 hours. Oh my God, it's been 1 week.
7 days.
Oh my God, I was lying to myself this entire time so I wouldn't freak out.
Yeah.
Shit.
You've been sober for 7 days.
Well, it's over now, baby.
All right, we got someone else now. I think our next guest tonight has been on a couple times. One time, maybe, I forget. We'll let him tell us, because my memory's shot, Zakainen. I'm old. Not as old as you.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, please welcome to the show, Disavowed Action Figures. Welcome, Tim.
Hey, what goes on, everybody? What's going on? I have to say, with an introduction like that for Zakainen and that T-shirt, you might say he's an animal.
He is.
He's an animal right there. Ryan, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me on, sir. Very excited to be hacking it up here with you and Zakainen tonight, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Zakainen 2 days ago, and I'm like, Zakainen, not many people I stream with actually are really into Marvel Legends like me and you. There's not many, and you're like, you suggested someone
brainstorming, and I was like, man, first one, it was before my coffee that you texted me that, so I'm like trying to put words bad, thinking bad, and I'm like started thinking about it, and I was like, man, we don't know, like I said, Gaines, we just they just had this stream not too long ago where they kind of talked about their specialties, and I'm like, well, RG obviously, but I'm like, in the Mega Powers crew, it's Tim is the Marvel Legends guy.
Yeah.
So shout out to RG, by the way. I totally would have invited RG, but he works Saturday nights. Yeah, I already know that. So
yeah, he's got a tough schedule. A couple times we wanted to kind of do some things together, and you gotta make that bread to buy those pieces of plastic. So he's working. But you might see him pop in the chat though. He does tend to pop in the chat when he can. So I'll have to keep an eye out for him and say hello.
So Tim, I want to ask you, since you are a new homeowner, you've got a new place. You're in your new place right now. How is it starting fresh, building a new toy room?
Stressful and fun. I guess it's a lot of oxymorons, to be honest. my biggest goal moving things over, to be honest, without going through the entire process, was basically I did not want to put things in bins and never open them again. Because I knew if I binned everything, they would just sit somewhere in the basement. So luckily, I was in a unique situation where the home that we built was only about 10-minute drive from my apartment over the past 13 years.
Oh,
so
nice.
I would just do back and forth, like fill a bin with like 3 layers of bubble wrap and figures, run them over, put them right on a shelf just randomly. So right now I have the most random shelves. Obviously, I'm not in the toy room. This is the Tiki basement that Tizzle's working on, but I hit her Tiki idols with some random boxes behind me. But yeah, it's just tough. It's fun, but it's frustrating, but it's exciting too.
Well, it's cool she let you put the X-Men arcade down there. That's
Oh yeah. She actually bought that for me. So
sweet.
Yeah, that was a you mentioned being old. That was a 40th birthday gift that she finagled for me. So yeah, that was definitely going down here. Although Lazy Me hasn't gotten the risers put together yet, so it's still kind of a low one.
Yeah. I've debated on getting some of those so many times, but it's just, for me, it's just the space. They look great, but I can't dedicate space to an arcade cabinet when I have this many figures,
Yeah, man, I totally feel you. There's no way I could fit that in any of the toy rooms. Like my previous toy room is pretty small. This one's an upgrade, but as you mentioned, I also feel like if you put it in your toy room, it very quickly becomes just like a fancy shelf. You're on anyway.
Oh, I'd be putting X-Men figures on top of that thing for sure.
On my Dio, because I have a 1/12 Dio, not a city or anything, but yeah, my arcade machine has stuff on top of it because that's what I would do.
Right. Mm-hmm. I would like that 4-player turtle machine, and then I put my NECA turtles on top.
They're very nice looking. I couldn't do more than one. Like I kicked around. I think it was the Punisher and Nick Fury one we did at one point. I kicked that around as well, and I was like, you know what? One is good. It's the classic X-Men arcade cabinet, and now I don't got to pump it with quarters to beat it. I can just cheat, so it's perfect.
Yeah, I'd much rather have a 1/12 scale city than a whole collection of arcade cabinets. But
nowadays, yes, I'm with you 100%. Even an emulator, like you did an emulator, it's kind of what I want to do. Get the one arcade machine.
That's what I got. Emulator. Yeah, I mean, I have it on a fake little Nintendo, and I have like everything on there that I could ever want to play. So
that's awesome.
The cabinets are cool, though. The artwork. Anyway, okay. I do want to go to the chat real quick. 49er Brian says, 6 days till DFW, guys. 6 days, Zakainen, until you have to see me in person.
Is it 6 days?
Well, I'll be there Thursday.
I will be there Thursday. But I'm just saying, because then he said 5 days.
Five? Okay.
Yeah.
If you count today, today's over, basically, so 5 days.
6, 5, 5. See, come on, 49er Brian, what are you doing?
What is time? It's all. What is time at this point anymore in 2025?
Who knows? It goes by so fast.
Did you notice, LP, that he didn't have caps on for the first time, and then caps turned on for the second?
He saw you.
That's so weird.
Triggered. Suka says, "Man, I hope LP doesn't leak the next Marvel HasLab. It's going to be Big Wheel. Oh my God.
I want a Big Wheel.
No, Big Wheel from the comics.
No, I want a Big Wheel. And I want to hold my weight. And let's go.
You ever see that movie, The Toy?
Oh, yeah.
Richard Pryor. Wonder Wheel?
Pryor, classic. Yep.
Wonder Wheel.
I don't remember Wonder Wheel.
In the store.
Dude, I need to watch that. Yeah. Oh, shit. Did Jackie Gleason?
Yes, Jackie Gleason.
Yeah, holy cow.
Nice. Hal Jordan says, got to keep the PFP classy so LP doesn't get a YouTube hit. That's true.
Interesting, Hal Jordan. I'm just trying to read it here.
Yeah. Who is that?
I don't know. That's why I was trying to. That was a dinosaur at first. I'm like, whoa.
She looks like classically gorgeous. She's not like one of those thoughts that he usually has, you know.
He just
no offense to thoughts.
How dare you?
We're all fans of thoughts here.
I'm all about the thought police.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Stu for lunch. Greetings, chat room. Howdy, LP. I'm bonus Tim this week. Life is great.
What's up, Stu?
Yes, sir. 5 days. Hey, find my figures. Good evening, everyone. Glad to see the show tonight. If you saw the ad that played at the beginning, our friend Articulated Ninja and Find My Figures are putting together that con, the Toy Tuber Expo. And I just say Newark, New Jersey, even though it's like 20 minutes outside of Newark. But check that out. It's August 17th. A ton of YouTubers will be there, but also some awesome vendors like Four Horsemen, Nerdzoic, who was also a YouTuber, Valaverse, who was also a YouTuber, and then a ton. I think he said he's up to over like 50 or something vendors, and it's growing.
Wow.
So
that's what we call in the game a collection of talent right there. So I would highly suggest, if you have the means of getting there, come check it out. It is not an easy undertaking to set up a show like this. No. Ninja's putting himself out there to set it up. And again, we're one large group of people. We all talk online. This is the opportunity. Get everybody there. Come say hello, buy some action figures, tell some stories, maybe even make some stories. It's going to be a lot of fun coming up in August. So put it on your calendar and try to get here if you can.
Yeah, I'm coming all the way from the East Coast, from the West Coast to the East Coast.
That is wild, dude. I can't wait to meet you in person, man. We've been talking online for a long time now.
5 years.
Going back to the IE days. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And I don't travel well. I don't typically get on planes or anything. So you coming here is ideal because I can drive there and meet you in person. So
hey, I'll be at Legion's Con too this year. So
I get to see you twice in 1 year. That is incredible.
You have to, not you get to.
You know what? You're going to spend so much time here. You might have to move to New Jersey. You're gonna love the East Coast. You're gonna love the East Coast. Or you know what? Just come to Pennsylvania and drive to New Jersey. It's even better.
Hey, there are parts of New Jersey that because we were there last year. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about what part of it is. It's like anything.
Yeah. Let's see. And you'll be at Toy Tuber Expo because you're right there pretty much. Yeah,
I will be there with the guys. Yeah, I'll be hanging out with the Mega Powers at our booth there, and Art will be there nearby. Art and I, good friends. We see each other at all these local shows, and Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Tri-State area. We get some great shows, but this Toy Tuber one's going to be an excellent one.
Yeah, hopefully it's the first of many.
Yeah,
agreed.
Let's see here. Okay, so Hal's talking about his avatar. It's Madeline Petch. Butcher the spelling. She was in the new Strangers movie and was Cheryl Blossom in Riverdale. I don't know what any of that is.
Riverdale's worth watching. I'll say that right now.
Is that like the dark version of like Archie or something like that?
Correct. Yeah, well, it's a more high school version of Archie, the more edgy version. I wish they would have gone dark and gone like the zombie route in some of those comics, right? That'd been awesome.
That was on the CB, so I can see going to get so dark on the or whatever it was called back then. I don't even know what it's called anymore, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
Channel 11.
Tristan says, I'll give Hal credit. He certainly found a way to get his chats read without paying.
No super chats, not a member, nothing. He's gaming it, man.
He gets through.
Up. Yeah.
And they're on the screen for a while as we stare. So dissecting the situation.
Scott says, LaserPants is actually moving to South Carolina, but don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Like
I like South Carolina too. And
Greensburg, perhaps?
No, I'm not moving there.
I've heard the same rumor from Scott.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know. It's in the wind now. Look out. It's in the wind now.
Okay, guys, listen, someone needs to put a stop in the leaky bucket of Marvel Legends rumor, because it's like every few months, it's like, oh, here's the next 6 months of what's coming in. Like the last 2 years, they've been pretty spot on. Very few, things were wrong, but
what was wrong? Can you think of like a big one that was wrong off the top of your head?
I think they held back on some things. Like, for instance, remember that Hawkeye Sky Cycle? When that first got
was delayed. Yep.
I think Todd put that out there and it got delayed, but eventually it did come out. So you know what? They're honestly, gentlemen, they're almost so accurate anymore. I get to the point where I hear certain figures that I have in my collection that might be, worth a decent amount of money, more than regular retail. And I think to myself, do I want to hang on to this or just dump it and buy the updated version? Because it's like, for instance, that Daredevil, the MCU Daredevil figure, like for that was going for on the aftermarket, and then you could pre-order one that's not that, different. Right. It's an upgrade. So yeah, it's definitely, they're very accurate for sure, Ryan, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the Capcom versus Marvel Legends leaks. I mean, those are pretty damn spot on.
Yeah.
I don't think Gargantos was on the list, but it was Shumagorath.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, the other name. Yeah. But anyway, so there were some tweets put out, and it was from Spicy Psyduck. Okay.
This is not Tim.
Not Spicy Tim. I was going to say not Spicy Tim. Spicy Psyduck. Yeah.
But if you would like to get spicy tonight, I mean, you're more than welcome.
This is the
Yeah,
place.
man, it's been happening more and more often than it used to. Old age is a son of a bitch. What can I tell you? But,
Get off my lawn.
This is oh, now I'm definitely gonna get off my hydro seat. But you know this is not me because I have like 7 Twitter followers or X followers and I never check it. So this guy's up on his stuff. What we got here? What's going on, Ryan? What are these leaks we got?
I'm showing these tweets because not everything is exact and they're not really sure, but this all had to be translated from Chinese. Okay, so there are some things that are still unclear, and there could be some things that are mistranslated.
Yeah.
But I'm just kind of showing these, just to listen. I always say I can't tell you my source, and that's true when I say it. I'm not making stuff up. But here it was just tweeted out. So here is some Spicy Spidek. I think I follow him. But
is he worth following?
I said I think I do, so maybe. I don't know if he is or not. But
that's a toss-up.
The name just seems super familiar to me. I've definitely seen it around. But David Displays Model Behavior already ran with this, so I said, hey, why not? I want to talk about Marvel Legends because I buy them, a lot of them. So yeah, here we go. Now the first up is I'm telling you, the Marvel team watches the 3POA because I've been saying since Rivals came out, listen, why haven't they done Rivals figures? Not that I want them because I don't care about them at all, but I'm a big proponent of bringing new collectors in, preferably young new collectors, because 100%. You have to pass this on to the next generation, and most kids in Gen A don't give a crap about it. It's not like us Gen X and millennials coming up in the 80s and 90s that fell in love with action figures. We, all the ads on Saturday morning cartoons, it programmed us to like these things. And
also, Brian, we fit that age bracket where a lot of us have disposable income, right? We can go, yeah, I'm going to buy this shit.
Now, like they're making the stuff that we dreamt about as kids. I remember the first time I saw Spider-Man Classics, the precursor to Marvel Legends. And I was like, oh my God, I dreamed about a Spider-Man like this when I was a kid that could pose like this.
Yeah.
All these joints. Yep. And I was 21. I bought it. I bought the whole wave. KB Toy Store.
Oh yeah. I mean, from Kenner, you're having, your Star Wars, and then you go and you're like, then there's Secret Wars, right? You're like, oh man, this is cool. And then Superpowers comes out.
Yeah. And I was a big X-Men animated kid. So when I was growing up, we had the little Hasbros, and I had almost all of those things. I was that guy getting a little bit older, and I was Toy Biz. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I like these. I don't care if my friends aren't into them. I'm going to buy them anyway. I had one of Wolverine and Sabretooth and all those guys on my shelf. So yeah, I'm with you, man. They definitely mind us for sure. But as you mentioned, Ryan, the generation coming after us, man, they are not too into it. But getting them hooked on a video game and then saying, hey, look at this. They got something going there.
Yeah, I mean, if the MCU didn't do it, Rivals is so big right now. Like my kid and all his friends, they're 14, 15 years old. This is what they do. Rivals. It's like, it's huge. Besides like Minecraft and maybe a Mario game, I haven't seen them be all as a group be into this game so much. Like everyone at his school, all his friends. So, and by the way, I told him, I was like, hey, there's some rumors out there that Rivals action figures are coming to Marvel Legends next year, 2026. And I told him and his friend today. We went to a con today, and they were like, "What? Oh, awesome!" So, really excited. They're excited to collect them. If this is true,
let's just hope that they're not $40 a piece by then. That's the only thing there.
Well, not only that, but then it's the whole Fortnite scenario. Those Fortnite figures, both McFarlane and the Hasbro, were great. I love those Hasbro. I got one at Ollie's today. I love those things. But again, Ollie's is flooded with Fortnite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a gamble because of that reason. If you look back, historically speaking, a lot of these video game lines didn't really necessarily click with people. So, but as you mentioned, Ryan, with Rivals being that popular with that age group, that demographic, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's right.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, not to disparage Fortnite because I know it's huge, but with Marvel, you have the MCU, right? You have the Disney Plus stuff, which isn't really MCU, the animated stuff that they can go back and rewatch. And then you have now Rivals. Like Fortnite is just Fortnite.
True. Yeah. You're going to have multiple audiences.
Right.
Like, I know me. I mean, if you put out a good buck, I don't care if I don't know the comic book line, if I don't know the storyline or whatever. I'll buy it if it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. All right, so let's get into it. So, rumored, I don't know if it's going to be a Rivals Wave or if they're going to split it up. I would think a Rivals Wave would make sense, kind of like they just did with the PS5 Spider-Man Spider-Verse Wave or whatever.
Yep.
Gamerverse, yeah. But the first one up is Punisher, and I got to say, as someone who doesn't play this game, this is an awesome design.
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
100.
Don't necessarily need it in my collection, but that is a badass design. And by the way, Rivals are very stylized.
Swolisher.
Yeah. And so they went a little deeper into a stylized look with what's coming from their Gamerverse line, the not MVC, right? Marvel vs. Capcom wave that's coming.
This is awesome, dude. Oh, I got one more. Gears of War Journal.
Yes, he looks like a Gears of War guy. Yeah.
Punisher
from Gears of War.
And back to what you were saying, Ryan, even if it's not for the conventional Legends collector, there's not that many Punisher action figures nowadays. So when you see that logo pop up there, especially with the integration with the MCU and possibly showing up in movies down the road, that's going to get a lot of people interested, that they might just kind of roll the dice on it and say, you know what, I don't play the game, but I'm seeing that Punisher logo, and I kind of want to see that on my shelf and how it kind of combines with other things that I have.
Right. Yeah, this would totally work in other displays. I think it'll still work in your Marvel Legends display, It is a multiverse after all.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is an awesome design. I would like them to, I don't know if Cable's in the game, but if this was Cable.
Screams like that buck, if they use that same buck for Cable.
Or the gun.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man. And I'll say this too, tip of the hat to them as well, because I think you mentioned earlier, Ryan, up until recently, I've had zero interest in anything Gamerverse. I don't play the Spider-Man Sony games. I've stayed away from Gamerverse. I haven't had a need for any of those. And now that they're kind of finding different interesting ways, between the SDCC pack, now with this, the Marvel versus Marvel game, they're finding interesting ways to use that Gamerverse logo to kind of get things out there into the ether that otherwise may not make it out there. So I think we might get some interesting things down the road if they continue with that.
Hey, I mean, if it gets him to do the Punisher from the Punisher arcade game, like that would be cool. I think he had a lot of blue shading on him. That would be awesome. Yep. I'm all for Gamerverse if it's cool, and if it fits into a part of my collection I have now.
I would buy a Nick Fury and Punisher arcade. We talked about this earlier. Arcade cabinet 2-pack in a heartbeat. I would pay full. Yeah. I would pay full price off it, as you guys know. I'm very cheap, but I would immediately pre-order that sucker if it was those two from that game. And it was.
Oh yeah, man, Nick Fury, man, it's kind of your thing.
Kind of. To the fact I almost wear an eye patch on a regular basis.
Before we move on to the next one, True Star Screamer, thanks for the super chat. I'll do it because I look up to Zakainen. By the way, the guy who wrote Riverdale wrote the Archie zombie book. Still, it'd be 3 POA and chill with the wife.
That's cool, trivia.
Thank you, True Star Screamer, for that super chat. Appreciate you, my friend. Tristan wants to know, I wonder if they'll ever do a Marvel Legends carry-on. A retooling of Doppelganger and Demogoblin would be cool, too. I need to complete my Carnage family.
Have they done carry-on before?
No.
Nothing really.
I haven't.
Is it a licensing thing? Because
I think like carry-on and
like Cardiac, is it kind of that situation?
Cardiac, I think both of them are wrapped up in licensing things. Wow. Although Cardiac was on the last rumor list. So
was that Liefeld? Is that why? No, it wasn't Liefeld. Who was that?
I think it was Eric Larson.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the last Doppelganger was just a repaint on that Spider-Man buck that was bad, that Bobby designed, that Bobby Valid designed horribly. Yeah, that one.
The six-arm lad.
But they have recently, they did a 2-pack with
Morbius, I think, right?
Morbius, a Walmart 2-pack. I think it was Walmart. And they gave him torso articulation, but still it was like, they could do better. Mm-hmm. I mean, if they did, what's her face, Mojoverse,
Spiral.
If they did Spiral as good as they did her with the 6 arms and all that articulation, they could do Doppelganger and 6-arm Spider-Man way better.
I was just going to bring,
better.
if you were to bring up Spiral, I was about to. I actually just put her in my updated display yesterday. That is one of the best Marvel Legends figures they've made. Hands down is that Spiral figure. And as you just mentioned, if they can make that figure that good with 6 arms, they can find a way to do it with male figures as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's more room in the torso. They're bigger torsos. So absolutely. Tyler Lalone says still no Mandarin. Dude, and at the end of this list, we're going to get into who they still don't have released. Like team completers. It drives me nuts. It drives Jersey Maniac nuts. Yeah. I invited him, but he was busy.
He's busy.
Yeah.
Bobby's not here. He's busy. Shout out to Jersey Maniac. We were going back and forth doing some toy hunting, and again, our community is awesome, by the way, because he's been trying to help me out get that. Speaking of Valaverse, get it that translucent Wraith. I've had 3 people reach out to me, and I've got 2 trades that we're working right now. So Dig Spigs already sent one out to me. Stu, when I get back from DFW, we've got a deal, and then Larry Menchaca also is willing to. And I was like, listen. Stop, guys. I love you very much. The last one I sold, I sent to LP immediately. It was like $300 on eBay. It's the only one I've found.
Wow.
I was talking to Jeff Wheat today. Jeff Wheat was at the con today, and we were talking about that clear Praetorian. He was like, "Why wasn't that the regular one and the white one was the variant?" I'm like, "I know. Right? That's the way it should have been. Everyone wants the clear one. That's the best one." Oh well. Let's see here. We got Eric Alfred Abel.
Yeah.
Thank you for the super chat. In Marvel Rivals, Magic was my first main. Now I go with Hawkeye. I would buy them both. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's get back to the list. Thank you, Eric. First of all, we'll break down who else is on this list. Just a rumor, guys. We're not saying it's fact. I'm not saying it's fact.
Allegedly, these are coming soon.
But probably. Okay. And then Moon Knight, which I think is a really cool design.
This design is dope.
Yeah, I typically don't like over-design superhero suits like the Injustice games. I'm not a fan of those at all. Mm-hmm. But this Moon Knight and the Punisher, for that matter, they just work. They look excellent.
Oh, I just saw the onks on his knees. That's cool.
Yeah, man. But again, though, this is always that age-old Marvel Legends, beef. I look at this and I'm like, that looks really good. And then I think to myself, it's going to probably have a plastic cape. And I'm like, it's not going to be as good as it probably could be, because other Moon Knights I've had the same issue with. It's an awesome figure, but you're always limited by what that cape's going to take up behind them.
That would have to be a maximum Moon Knight for.
Oh, of course.
Maximum.
Cape, maximum money.
I'm surprised that I'm like, how come Hasbro can't catch up with McFarlane and do wired capes? Because I can't believe I'm saying that, because usually it was like the other way around. McFarlane catch up with the articulation, and now it's like he's doing wired capes now. That's nuts.
It's such a trade-off, man. I don't begin to try to imagine how this nonsense works, but I don't collect Black Series at all anymore. But I look at them and I always say Black Series collectors get awesome soft goods for the most part, even if they do make it to Ross, and Ryan convinces me to buy a $5 Ross figure for the coat, for the robe. They're in my hands today, actually. But again, you have single jointed elbows and limited hands. So it's just crazy where they decide to invest in these figures, because in our minds, we know what we want and what we deserve, and it doesn't always equate to that, unfortunately, when it comes to how they design things.
Right. Okay, so we got Moon Knight coming, possibly, maybe, we'll see. And then let's see what's next here. Oh, now these were listed together, so I don't know if it's going to be a 2-pack or what, but it said Spider-Man
Copycat
and Luna.
I obviously had no clue about this game, and I had to listen to some podcasts. So Luna, from I think what I had heard in storyline, is kind of has like ice powers, but not souped up ice powers like Iceman. Like she's not alpha level. And I
Luna
think she's
Maximoff.
I think she's an entertainer, which take that how you want to take it. But I think she's like a singer in canon or something. So
she's the Maximoff. She's his daughter?
Daughter of Quicksilver and Crystal.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm just getting all this off that Marvel fandom, by the way.
So she's the granddaughter of Magneto.
Interesting.
So, okay, this is all new to me. I've never heard of Luna.
I heard she has been in comic books. I couldn't tell you which ones, but I heard she has been in. I want to say somebody said an updated version of maybe Agents of Atlas potentially. I could be way off on that, but I thought I had heard that on a podcast that she had some connection to a team similar to that in Marvel Comics somewhat recently.
Okay.
I'm looking for JLS comics right now. I'm like, what's he saying? What's he know?
Right. Of course, there's gonna be a Spider-Man. If they're gonna start something, they're gonna put Spider. It does look cool. It reminds me a lot of the PS5 Spider-Man with the way the spider goes out and over to his shoulders. But
and that's a way to sell a figure you may not be too bullish on. You know, put it in a pack with Spider-Man, because what does Jersey Mania call it? A hostage pack?
Hostage pack.
You know, so it could be a situation where again in a Spider-Man situation, maybe it's not even that, because Spider-Man sells, man. So I can see putting Spider-Man in there and making this move, you know, if they needed to.
Jeremy J, thanks for the super chat. He says, I hope everyone except for people named Ryan have a great stream.
That's specific.
Yeah, very specific. Yeah. I think my name is LaserPants.
It's like he's talking about one person. It's weird.
Yeah. And the guy who invented live streaming on Wednesdays.
The Wednesday live stream.
According to Jeremy J.
Thank you, Jeremy. Curse of Fenrir with the member chat. Thank you for being a member for 21 months. Curse of Fenrir. Everyone will be disappointed when Marvel Rivals Venom isn't caked up. I was going to have my kid on this stream because he plays Rivals. I was going to be like, you could be the Rivals expert, but he's got his buddy over and they're probably playing Rivals.
They're playing it right now.
Maybe members only.
Maybe. We'll see. Maybe. Okay. Thank you, Curse of Fenrir. Okay, so we can move on from this. They're putting Luna in there with Spider-Man to sell Luna.
That makes sense.
Because she'd be a peg warmer otherwise.
Well, I'll buy it. Looks like a cool figure, but you're right. General public, peg warmer.
No. Yep. And this one interested me because, again, with no context other than what I've heard just in the rumor mill, I understand that Jeff the Sand Shark is a pretty big thing right now between the game and I guess Land Shark. Sorry, what did I say? Sand Shark.
Clever Land Shark.
Land Shark. Yeah, I'll drink one of those on air later. But I heard that is a pretty popular character right now in the zeitgeist of Marvel. So.
Yeah, I see, I watch my kid play the game sometimes and I see this guy running around. But the Venom is really cool. You could easily put that in a comic collection.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
It should be new tooling. If they went back and used the old monster Venom buck, I'd be like really let down.
Yeah.
But if this is new tooling, this size, this proportion, that'd be a really cool Venom.
Also, I'd like to know how that Jeff is gonna scale. Now we already have a Jeff that came with the Shikala figure back in the Deadpool wave, right?
Yep.
It was Guido, I think, Strongman wave. But that's just a little unarticulated, piece of plastic. So curious to see what they do with this one and how they kind of, bind these together in that 2-pack.
Yeah. Probably a repaint of the same mold.
Yeah.
Hopefully not, because this does look a lot different than the first Jeff the Land Shark, but it's accessory size. I don't think you're going to see a bunch of articulation. If anything, it'll be like the Spider-Ham.
Okay.
That's what I think. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's make him Jeff the Street Shark and really get a design in there. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Let's see here. We got Matt with 2 T's. Secret Wars were the sizzle back in the drizzle. They scaled well with OG Joes. They were bigger. And OG Star Wars and Rivals brought the thickness with Rogue and Psylocke. Are you thinking Mego Pocket Heroes? Because Secret Wars were a little bigger. They were like closer to 5-inch.
Yeah.
But I'm reading Secret Wars, the comic right now, and
which is amazing.
The original or the current, the more recent one?
No, the original. I've read the current one. I mean, I've read the original too, but it's been so long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm revisiting it, and it's
Stop it.
It was to sell toys.
Oh yeah, it was a published commercial for sure.
It does have that 80s charm. Like I am enjoying it,
God damn right you are.
I'm not gonna say it's like a great piece of art. Although it looks like who was the penciler in that? It was Mike Zeck, I think.
Was it?
Something like that. He was definitely doing his best Kirby impression on that artwork.
Jesse, who was it? Who penciled it, Jesse?
Let us know.
Is he here?
Yeah, he's been commenting tonight.
Oh, cool.
As we're pulling that up, I would say this: anybody who hasn't seen it back in the day, if you would like to see a fun version of Secret Wars, go back and watch. It was like a 4 or 5 part saga on the Spider-Man animated series back in the mid to late 90s. They did an entire adaptation, which obviously different, but similar concepts, which to this day I'll go back and watch once every couple of years. It's excellent. A lot of fun, where they brought all those animated characters into one show. It was a lot of fun.
Yep. Mike Sack, I was right. I should be, because I'm in issue, like, I read like an issue a night, like every other night.
I need to start doing that because I'm so far behind.
Yeah.
It happens very quickly.
Yeah. I'm a slow reader with comics because I like to appreciate
Savor
the artwork.
it.
Yes. Yes. All right. Okay, we can move on from this. Venom, always a good seller. And Jeff the Land Shark, he's packed in for a reason. Okay.
Yep.
And then a new Cloak and Dagger, which also, I mean, the cloak that could be a comic book cloak easily.
Mm-hmm.
The dagger is a little more stylized, but
yep.
You think
almost like a steampunk version of her with kind of like a Victorian period kind of flair.
Yeah, the boots. Yeah, I can see that.
Boobs? Yeah, I'm right with you, Tim.
I was gonna say I don't think she'll be that busty.
Whew.
And I think they'll slim down her hips too.
Hasbro don't play that, right?
Right, yeah. They don't like the voluptuous women. But yeah, so Cloak and Dagger, they seem pretty cool in the game. I've seen my kid playing them, but
because I went back to collect these, right? And I've always loved Cloak and Dagger, but man, those figures just not good.
Yeah. Oh, the old legends, like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very basic, very basic.
They made their Ollie's tour. I recall. I had the cloak just because I wanted the cloak to do a custom at the time, and I remember seeing them at Ollie's after I'd sold them off, and I was like, I'm just not going to do it again because they're not that well made.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We got Greg Harris, Punisher would look amazing with classified also. Sure. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
He's very, tactical looking. Action Joe Figs says, "What's up, fellas? We have less than a week until DFW. Looking forward to seeing you guys in person. DFW G.I. Joe show at the DFW Airport Marriott next weekend, Friday through Sunday. And tickets available at the door. And it's not that much. And the Commander's package all in they dropped it to $75.
Did they?
Yeah. Greg dropped it to $75, and you can take classes from Hasbro Legends that designed the original, A Real American Hero. Like that.
I'm in for the action figure class, my boy Mikey and John, the Kukoviches.
Yep. All right. Yeah, so I guess we'll be meeting Action Joe Figs. Right on. All right. That was it for Rivals. Now, a lot of MCU stuff in here. Marvel Studios. And as far as I can tell, it's rough translation. So I think I'm mostly assuming this is all going to be Marvel Studios or what they say. I don't know. It was a confusing thread on Twitter. Spicy Side Duck. You can go check it out. Elite Legend says these rivals figures suck.
Ramona!
Yeah, I don't like I said, these aren't for me, but Hasbro has to do something to bring in the next generation of collectors, and something like Rivals, maybe that could do it. They have to pull in Generation A, these younger kids. Otherwise, the hobby goes away.
Yep, and honestly, worst comes to worst, they end up at bargain stores and people buy them anyway, which I know is an L for the company, but either way, you gotta, as we said, you gotta take a chance and bring in these younger people, these younger collectors.
Find My Figures, low-key Marvel Rivals is a great game, so it would be really awesome to see the skins come to life. They just need to step up their curvy game. Yeah,
step it up.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
No more budget cuts.
So I'm not really a gamer anymore. Really not at all. But man, it seems like a lot of people in our community are
community.
My goal is just to be not the first person to say that tonight. So there we go. I made it.
Yeah.
I almost said it earlier. I think I went with group, or I threw a synonym in there to replace it.
I mean, I keep on talking about kids and Rivals, but yeah, I mean, there's a ton of middle-aged dudes like me playing this game too. So.
No, a bunch in our circle are playing this.
Yeah. Let's see here. Scully Official. Thank you for the super chat. Let me join the live. 21. By the way, I got some takes. I don't know who you are, so no. But thank you for the super chat.
Scully official. Yeah.
This is
not to be confused with Skelly.
Skelly. Yeah,
not Skelly. Yes.
Because Skelly, yes. Get Skelly on right now.
Yeah.
I don't just send the link out to random people I don't know during the show. That's sorry. I like having a YouTube channel, not losing.
That's Figure Fight Club. Open mic Tuesdays.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Migrate to that direction. Yeah.
But I do appreciate the super chat. Scully, thank you very much. Justin Booth with a gifted 3POA podcast channel membership. Let's see who that went to. Thank you, Justin Booth. It went to Stormfire Blizzard. There you go, Stormfire. You can stay tuned for the after show. By the way, Zakainen, I took it upon myself to invite you to the after show. I put you on the thumbnail, so.
Oh, yay. Well, listen, man, I got it. I got to stream. In fact, let's do an after show. Let's go.
He's got to make up for that. That's 7 days he went cold turkey. So.
My God, man. Yeah, I didn't know I needed it until, now.
Of course, Tim, you're welcome to as well. I know you gotta, you might have stuff to do. I don't know, but
like put a house together.
Yeah,
it's coming along. We're getting there. There's just so many boxes, guys. There's just so many boxes and
dude, I'm still putting this together, brother. I get it, man. It's fun, but it's still daunting.
How many friggin' coffee mugs did I accumulate over my lifetime? There's just too many of them.
I'm surprised Hatter didn't have a fucking coffee mug, by the way, for an offering.
Yeah.
My God.
The Mad Hatter Mug Club.
Yeah.
Doomed, huh? Thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm going to be at DFW G.I. Joe show Saturday. Hey, I'll be working at the Valorverse booth, so, hey, come say what's up, man.
So,
Bro Guy Toy Reviews, thank you for the super chat. They should do a 2-pack of Magic and Dark Child and Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, Dark Child.
Yeah. I want her brother for the Outback team, like the shirtless Colossus.
Yes.
Like, let's finish that team, dude.
Yep. Outback.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Big time.
Thank you, Bro Guy. And then let's see. Oh, write that down.
The curly-headed beep.
Jeff Landshark had his own comic this week, self-titled. It sucks. Probably not a comic I'd ever pick up.
Yeah.
Tristan, although I did get a big stack today at the con. Tristan T says, how is Luna Asian? Quicksilver is European and Crystal is an Inhuman, so I'm confused. Is Luna Asian? I don't know. Is that just... Let's go look. Is she supposed to be Asian? She looks white.
Yeah, I assumed that she was Caucasian. I didn't think she was Asian, but...
Hang on, let me squint. Hang on.
Enhance.
See, I made a slideshow, like a legit PDF, and so I can't zoom in.
Yeah.
Instead of
everybody take a picture of it with your cell phone and then just zoom in. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so Marvel. Well, let me make sure I got through all the. Ironic Bionic, thank you for becoming a channel member.
Yeah.
And then another one from Scully Official. Let me hop on this live. You won't regret. I'm not willing to take the chance, though, because I don't know who you are.
Here, I'll bring up this comment real quick here from him. Just a young collector wanted to show that we are out here, which is awesome. Thank you, Scott.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah, reach out to me on Instagram. We can talk, and maybe in the future we can do this. But yeah, that would be cool. But thank you for the super chats. You don't have to keep sending those, but I do appreciate it. Let's see.
Yeah, do that on my channel. Thanks.
Cloak and Dagger are needed. The current ones are super dated. Yes, a comic version. Absolutely.
Robert.
Werewolf by Night is one of the leaks.
It's one I think we definitely need. I can't remember if it's a leak or not. But
yeah, for sure. Well, they've never done him.
No,
wait, there's a 4-pack, but that was just like a Wolfman. So, and then Ryan in parentheses, the Weatherman gifted 1 3POA podcast membership. Thank you so much. Let's see who got that one. It is Isaac Montez. There we go.
Congrats.
Welcome, Isaac Montez. Thank you, Ryan in parentheses. I wish you could have changed the weather in Seattle today. First day of summer, pouring down rain at the con. Ugh.
First day of winter, Seattle. Pouring rain down. But wait 5 minutes and it's over.
Logan sends a super and says, thanks, Ryan. And to you, I say, you're welcome. And thank you for the super.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right. So let's move on to some Marvel Studios leaks for 2026. Of course, there's going to be Avengers Doomsday figures because the movie comes out next year. It only makes sense, right?
Yeah, this would probably be like one of the easiest things to predict. Like almost all of us could make a predicted list of Avengers Doomsday with all how many people were in those stupid chairs on that live stream that they did.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah,
you can just pick names, throw darts at those chairs, and name them. Pick your figures that way.
Yeah,
contractually obligated too. I mean, they're going to have to make them.
Yep.
I'm sure Disney is demanding it. Yep.
I predict a lot of 2-packs. A lot of 2-packs.
A lot of 2-packs, Tim. 100%.
Especially what they did with the Thunderbolts line. All those 2-packs we got in the Thunderbolts. It's going to be a figure you really don't care about. That's with a figure you kind of maybe a little bit care about, and a whole lot of that. Mix and repeat.
Yep. Or 2 characters you don't care about, which is why that Ghost and Luis 2-pack sat around forever. I think you can still get it for $10 on Walmart.
I forgot about that one. Wow.
That was like perpetual.
Which one was this?
Luis and Ghost from the Ant-Man movie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Luis came with like that. It was like the collapsed miniature version of
the building.
The anthill. Yeah, the tower or whatever. Yep. Wow. It's gone back.
All right. So the first one, I mean, obviously they're going to do Doctor Doom, the RDJ version, whatever that is.
I hate this with my whole body.
Yeah, I don't like this at all. Like, I get the whole multiverse variant thing, but just cast a good Doom. We don't want Iron Man as Doom.
No, man, especially not. RDJ is not doing too well. Now, hopefully he's recovered, man. But like when he was on Rogan, I mean, he looked emaciated.
What happened?
He was on Ozempic. Well, I think he went vegan. And he looked sick, dude. I mean, he lost all kinds of muscle mass. He was about the best I've seen him. That's probably with makeup right there.
I am not one to tell anyone how to diet or what to put in there.
Disavowed, disclaimer, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just saying, I have noticed when I see vegans, they look sickly.
Some people perform well on it, okay?
Okay,
there's
fine,
there's a genetic thing, but I'll tell you what, you were correct. From my anecdotal data, it's few and far between.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so yeah, they're going to do Doom, of course. Who knows what he's going to look like?
If the figure's cool, I'll get it.
Yeah.
If they give him one of those nanotech always removing masks, I'm going to throw my popcorn at the screen and walk out. Like, I am so tired of those nanotech masks that come off in every scene. It's like Spider-Man lands. Off with the I'm like, stop it.
Here's my visual reaction.
Hold it in his hand. We want. I you know what? I want to wear that freaking GameStop helmet, man. Make him with the GameStop helmet. Take it off every single time.
Or just stop taking it off at all.
Yep.
Just be a superhero in your mask.
Yes.
Dare I was just gonna say it. That's why we're friends. I was just gonna say, dare I channel Judge Dredd?
Yes, man.
Dude, that Judge Dredd, man, it was the ultimate way you do it, man.
And Carl Urban pretty much insisted. He's like, that's the only way I'll do that, because he never takes his mask off.
And that's right. You know what? And that's a credit to him, because these actors and actresses want to be seen on screen. You know, they want their faces out there. So the fact that he respected the source material. So yeah, RDJ, wear the damn helmet, wear the mask. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. The big bad Doom. A Thor, you got to have, Thor's in it. You got to have Thor. Hopefully he's not 9 feet tall compared to the other figures in the line this time, because every other MCU Thor figure is huge in Legends.
I'm okay with that.
He's too tall. Swole boy. No, he's not too buff. He's too tall.
Make him 10 foot.
Listen, I get you have some sort of like height fantasy
fetish.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a size queen. Is that where you're going?
You said it, not me.
Make him. I'll tell you what's a candy. Go one further. Make him 10 feet tall and give him a box to stand on too. Just get him up there. Get him up there, man.
I've been known to use those boxes when I take photos with my wife. So, and I love my wife.
Now this is listed. Doom will take his mask off and it'll be Pedro Pascal.
God, why would you say that, Tristan?
Oh, man. And shout out Tristan, man. Big supporter of all the shows. Big supporter of all the shows.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Australian hype.
Yeah.
So speaking of Pedro, now this is not the figure that's going to be released. I don't think it's going to be a re-release, but it looks like Mr. Fantastic and Herbie 2-pack from Doomsday. So the Fantastic Four will be in Doomsday. I bet they'll have different suits.
Yeah.
You know?
If anything, just because of toys. Like toys.
Sure.
They're going to want a different, just like Thor, every single movie, he's chopped the hair, grown the hair, lost the cape, lost an eye. They're going to mix it up, but let's hope it's not this fugly looking one here. It's making something different.
I mean, why does the Herbie in this movie looks awesome, but why does every Pedro Pascal action figure face sculpt look like he just got stung by a bee?
It looks like
he
a thumb.
Probably did. It's probably a Hollywood thing.
Yeah, it's like a melted, like they were on the boat too long coming over. The face just melted. I don't know what's going on.
It looks odd, but the Herbie is awesome. Yeah. I love the way that they made Herbie look. And then they're going to do the rest of the team. Sue, Torch, and Thing, but
like the Torch, that Flame On, I'm all about. I pre-ordered that one.
Yeah, no, I mean these are all coming out this year.
Yeah,
but these are leaks for next year, and so I'm assuming that we'll have an updated look for the Avengers Doomsday movie.
That's what I'm saying. If they do that and they tweak it and make it more, a modernized version of the suit that'll hopefully be in Doomsday, then I'll get a Torch just like that again.
I like that Torch as a comic Torch. He's got the lines on his chest, like old school, and he's got a nice flamed head, flames coming off everywhere.
In modern collecting, that figure is kind of hard to mess up. Like we had the Walgreens exclusive. I still have that as my favorite one. The retro card, the retro card one looks fantastic as well. So, I mean, it's a very toyetic looking thing, and they know that. So I think we're definitely going to get more of him down the road too.
Yeah. All right. So more Fantastic Four. This is going to be a packed movie. Cyclops.
Ooh, man.
James Marsden Cyclops. Now, I think the last time this Cyclops was made, a James Marsden, was 2005 probably for The Last Stand. Man, like one of those X-Men. Yeah.
Now, would you want LP? Would you want him to be in the more traditional look from the original X-Men movies, or would you want to see him potentially in like the X-Men 97 gear that we're seeing right there in front of us?
Honestly, I don't know if I'd want to see him at all, but I guess if I had to choose, I would like to see what he would have looked like if the First Class universe had continued and Cyclops joined the team.
Yeah.
Because they went a little more comic booky. They had some yellows and blues in their suits,
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I guess black leather.
But then, do you have the rest of the team to fill that out in that look?
Exactly.
Yeah, good point.
Now, in this movie, in this artwork here that I found, I would like him to look like that. Why not? Put him in Jim Lee costumes.
Yeah.
Jim Lee era.
Tim, I'm with you. I'd kind of like to see the 97 version.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like the cartoon?
Yeah.
X-Men 97? Well,
I'd like to see him like that.
Oh, James Marsden like
James
that.
Marsden.
Yeah. Similar to what you just said. Yeah. To that look.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much the Jim Lee look.
Yep. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, moving on from Cyclops. They're going to do Gambit. Now, I do want Gambit because I'm buying all the Deadpool stuff. And he was in Deadpool. And I hope it's this look. Just do his Deadpool and Wolverine look. I'm happy.
If it's Tatum, I'm 100% because it's like the worst thing to ever happen to Gambit. And I'm all about it.
Yeah, it was funny to see him as Gambit, but that he is far from my definitive Gambit. MCU going forward, if they do X-Men and there's a new team, not Channing Tatum.
No, who do you cast as Gambit now? I mean,
as long as it wasn't the dude that was in Wolverine Origins.
I thought he was good in that.
I just couldn't buy into it for him. It could have been just the taste of the movie in general that just,
You know who would have been perfect back in the day if they put Gambit in the movies properly?
Yeah.
Back in 2009, 2010. Sawyer from Lost.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And True Blood. I can't remember that damn guy's name.
If he could have pulled off a good, French accent or Cajun accent, he'd have been a good Gambit.
If you go back to the old Wizard comics, they had Jean-Claude Van Damme cast as him back in the day.
Really?
I still have it somewhere. And you know what? To their credit, they did predict that we would get, Patrick Stewart as Xavier back in the day. But I still have that Wizard world somewhere where it was like our castings for an X-Men movie, and it was wild all the people they had in there.
Headcanon says so far only one actual Avenger. They keep using the name Avenger, but I don't think they mean what they think they mean by using it. Well, here's the thing, and this is just a rumor. It's what I've heard. It's not a spoiler because it's literally a rumor. There is going to be two teams, an Avengers team and then like a Fox Universe team, and they are fighting each other because there's multiverse things happening. So you might see, all these guys from the Fox Universe on a team versus Sam Wilson's Avengers.
I know we're not here to talk about the movie, but I'll add this in to what you just said there, Ryan. Some of the leaks that they've put out there of whatever the possible fight scene is going to be in front of the Xavier Mansion look ridiculous. Like some of the sets that have leaked online that they've shown, allegedly, that if that's an opening sequence or something like that there's a giant battle scene between those two teams. If they do it right, I'll be hooked, from the jump in that movie.
I feel like they have to do something big and something super fan servicey to bring the MCU back, because it's not in a good place. Hopefully, I know how Zakainen feels about Fantastic Four. I'm excited to see it. I like what I've seen so far, other than Pedro Pascal's mustache and the Silver Surfer. But just the look and vibe of it just feels very Fantastic Four to me.
My counterpoint to that, of course, would be gay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Zakainen, if anything we take out of it, look at it from this perspective, maybe this will finally twist my arm into unboxing my Galactus HasLab that's still in box.
We're talking about Duke Nukem level of shit here. Have you heard this, LP?
I thought I heard that like a year ago, and still.
Yep, go ahead.
Well, then I had the built-in excuse. It's always about making excuses. So then the built-in excuse was, well, I'm building a house and I have to move my collection. And what's safer way to protect that than to keep it in the box, in the foam, to get it here? And now I'm here and I'm like, well, there's lots of boxes I have to do. And no, I'm honestly, this time I'm not promising, but I would think that with the movie coming up, it'd be the best time to probably try to do it on YouTube and cheat some kind of number. So
it was like, 5,000 subs. I'm gonna unbox. Was it 5 or 4? Which was it? The Gold Post.
It was every 1,000. It was every.
God bless.
Just get me to 4,000. Just get me to 5,000.
Nukem. It's a hostage Galactus. He's never gonna. Don't believe him, anybody.
Alyssa always says to me, "What's going to happen is you're going to open it and find out that it's broken, and you're going to be so mad at yourself after all these years." Yep. Hey, I've often compared it to this. It's like somebody gives you a scratch-off ticket for Christmas. If you don't scratch the ticket off, you haven't yet lost. You're still not a loser. So if that's the best ever Marvel Legend they've ever made, if I keep it in the box, I don't have to worry about the letdown of everything else after that I open.
Schrodinger Galactus.
Well, the Morgue in that box is an excellent Marvel Legend.
Yep. See, that was my least favorite in there.
Morgue?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was not a fan of that. But by the way, the chat has had some really good recommendations about who should play Gambit, by the way.
I saw a young Timothy Oliphant.
But like nowadays, like Clint Eastwood's kid, I want to say was
on
that.
But I was talking the era when Fox was in full swing.
But I was asking now, and the chat was listening to me. I appreciate that, chat. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clint Eastwood's kid, Josh Hartnett from Northern Nomad. I think Josh Hart could pull that off, and Sam from Supernatural. Old. You're a little bit old, but so is Robert Downey Jr.
Josh Hartnett. That's a name I've heard in a long time. Wow.
He kind of just went away.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, Sam Wilson. It says Captain America. I'm assuming it says Captain America. I've heard there's going to be evil Captain America, Chris Evans.
Oh.
But yeah.
Why?
So Sam,
I'll get spicy here. Why?
I'm telling you why.
Another
because
one of these.
Yeah, there's no reason.
This is the Hail Mary. Like they need a $2 billion movie, and they're throwing everything in it.
Kind of like Deadpool, Wolverine. You're thinking that situation.
That was like way more reserved and restrained than this movie is going to be.
Well, it was last minute too on Deadpool, Wolverine. I mean, they were like, "Okay, man, we need a hit," because that wasn't even planned for that X23 convention or whatever for Disney. And then all of a sudden, a commercial with Ryan. All of a sudden, hey, Deadpool, Wolverine coming out, and everybody went goo for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Shang-Chi will be on the Avengers team, from what I understand.
Man, they did him dirty. I don't care about this character in the MCU at all, man.
The movie that he was in was so bad. They took him. Well, they turned it into this whole big time fantasy thing, which I get. There's that element in Shang-Chi books, but to start off,
street level, man.
Street level, The Raid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, that was just on at work the other day. I was like, The Raid.
Yeah, like do that, but as a Shang-Chi movie. Like
they made him more Iron Fist than they did Shang-Chi. It felt like man. If they wanted him to be relevant in the actual movies, not from a figure perspective, because we know those didn't sell at all. But they really should have found a way to somehow, some way stick him in a movie somewhere. Like I don't like things being shoehorned in, but if you wanted him to be significant in a movie role, he's been gone. I feel like he's been gone forever now. Like I've forgotten about it almost at this point.
And they didn't need to start off with this space age suit. Just put him in a gi, like the comics.
Yes, this suit here, my God, man, no.
Yeah. So another Shang-Chi, we'll see what he looks like in the movie. I don't know. And then to the other side of the MCU, the Disney Plus TV show side, which are they saying it's official MCU now, or is it still like Netflix?
Yes, from what I understand, they've embraced all of it at this point. Originally, they were kind of picking and choosing. Now they're more or less saying everything is incorporated in since they got it on Disney Plus. So
now it's MCU canon.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get into Daredevil Born Again, which I still have not finished. Maximilian Tucker sends a 13-month member chat. Thank you, Max. Did someone say after show? Yes.
After show.
Oh, after show. Yeah, absolutely.
We're going a maximum 8-hour stream all added together here, right?
Max usually does an after show when I finish the after show. So lots of streaming tonight still. KJ Smith with the member chat. Thank you for 20 months. KJ, yo peeps, let me on, bro. I got a little tip for you. KJ, I will have you on. Not tonight, but
Mr. Big Time. He's real hard to get on shows, by the way. I think we're all kind of competing to see who can nail down KJ fucking Smith.
Yeah. What are you doing, KJ?
Oh, he's got things. He's important. He's got Mafex. He got Inide. He's got his boy.
Right. That's pretty good.
Shout out to Highly Posable, guys.
Yeah, Highly Posable. Friday nights. And then Scully is still here. He says, "Will do." Okay, cool. Yeah, just hit me up and, let's talk. Let me get to know you before I send you a link.
But stick with the collecting. If you're getting into it, you're young and you're into it, stick with it. Be smart about your collecting habits and stay organized. Really quick here, quick plug. I'm sorry, Ryan, but I have a video probably coming out tomorrow, sometime soon, where as I'm reorganizing and putting things together about essentially if you're starting as a new collector, how you need to stay organized with your accessories, where you keep things, so on and so forth. So that's coming out soon on my channel. But yeah, if you're a new collector, stay organized, know where your accessories are, baggy them up, whatever you got to do. Don't lose things.
Quick aside, Tim, since you brought it up, this is what I do.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, see, this is all my Savage Crucible stuff. There it is, organized by figure. Bam. And I got tons of these.
So Ryan, I would stand up and go get it, but it's about 10 feet away. That's how I initially started with my accessories. It might be the exact same bin, actually, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But throughout that video, I kind of talk about the progression I went through and how I kind of got into doing things. But you need a system. Like your system right there looks pretty spot on, because otherwise, if you leave them in the box and put them on a shelf, you are going to have a headache years later. I'm just telling you right now, headache.
Where did I put that?
Yep.
It gets bad, man. If you're not careful, and especially if you collect a lot of different lines, just do it early. Pick a system, stick with it. It's going to work for you.
Mike Joseph, I use Ziploc bags like a real man.
I used to do that, but then you got a big tote full of bags and you're digging through them. With these, I got them stacked on bookshelves in a big closet over here. And when I need something, I go to the line, Savage Crucible, pull it out, Mythic Legions, whatever, slide it out.
Bust out that old school label maker from like when you were a kid and put it across the side.
Listen.
Hand
I'm
painted.
sick with it, man. I got my label maker.
Ooh, look at that. Dang.
Label everything.
Ooh.
Yeah. See?
That is slick.
Look, I got extra. Look at this. Big screen. Extra label maker tape. Okay.
Man. That's how you know this guy's, he's a pro when he sees something like that. He's a pro.
Look at this. Oh, look. There's another one. Action Force. Series 5. These are all my troopers. See? Look at that. Even put an Action Force sticker on it. Look at that.
I like it. Look at that.
You got to stay organized, guys.
Yep. Do it early on. You're going to regret it later on. I'm telling you right now.
Yes. Okay, so back to it. RC archaeologist says, super chat, just because you said not to, LP. Thank you, Mr. Archaeologist. All right. Let's get into some Daredevil Born Again. Now, I made it into 2 episodes and maybe 2.5, and I just thought it was boring. Like, I had no desire to continue. Now, some people have finished it, and they love it. They swear by it. Did you guys even finish it? Did you watch it at all?
What do you go first, Danny?
Go.
Oh, okay. All right. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I really liked. I think it really comes down to how much you did like those first 3 seasons. A big part of it. I was very into it. You could see the fact that there were a lot of reshoots throughout it because they got. If anybody doesn't know, this is well known at this point. They got through the production process and basically said it was essentially unwatchable. Yep. So they went back and reshot a ton of it. They moved episodes around. And unfortunately, because of that, you can tell moments, and I see the moments where those things got shuffled. But overall, I liked where they went with it. At the end of it, when it finished up, I enjoyed it. And for our purposes here, I will buy the hell out of some Daredevil Born Again action figures. So
I love the designs from the show. I love his suit. Muse looked cool. Here's what I want from a Daredevil show: action. Yes. I want action, and really, I don't even want a show. I want a Daredevil movie, and then I want Daredevil 2 to cross over with Spider-Man. I want Spider-Man and Daredevil in the same damn movie, and I want a big budget so they can do cool stuff. I don't want a in courtroom procedural. Like the first the opening to Daredevil was awesome. I get people didn't like that they killed off Foggy, and what's her face?
They killed off Foggy.
Whatever.
And what's her face?
Yeah.
Ryan, here's the scary thing though, LP. You're right. The opening was really well done. But I heard initially they did the initial production of the show, the filming of the show. They did not show Matt Murdock in the costume until at least 5 episodes in.
God.
At all. So all that stuff that they put in there at the beginning originally wasn't in there. So that tells you how bad it could have been. They would have lost the entire audience by episode 2 or 3 had they done that. The entire audience.
Totally.
My favorite part of this for Daredevil Born Again, by hands down, was not watching it at all. Was my favorite part. I was like, I love my time. I'm not giving it to you.
My favorite part was when he threw Bullseye off the roof in that first episode.
Dude, that
sounds cool.
Splat.
Yeah, that was so awesome. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. And then by episode, like halfway through episode 3, I'm like, trying to stay awake. I'm like, oh, okay.
Gosh, I hope they all get coffee somewhere and drink and talk. That'd be great.
Let him talk to Kingpin. Let him talk to Kingpin again instead of fighting him.
Dude, remember when Kingpin killed someone with a door? Remember that? He's
there are some moments throughout. Again, I don't want to spoil if you go back to it, Ryan, but there's one fight scene in particular between Daredevil and another character, I'll leave it vague for now, that is very reminiscent of some of those fight scenes in the first 3 seasons of the show. It's not the same, but you can tell they're going for that. And I remember sitting there watching it. I probably rewatched that fight scene 5 or 6 times because I enjoyed it that much. So there is some there as you go through.
What I need to do is just like find the few episodes that have action, just watch those. And then do like a comic historian like recap on YouTube somewhere and watch. Okay, that's the story. I saw the cool parts. Now I'm done. I'm not going to waste, 10, 12 episodes? It's so many.
This right here, Driscoll's nailing it right here, man. Why? You don't need to do it all over again. You don't.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. But now here's the thing. I was worried about that because I have the Born Again comic, that story in trade. It's really good. He's not in the suit very much, but it's a good comic. Yep. But this didn't really, I don't think it really followed that story.
And I will add though, too, that's kind of also part of the theme of Daredevil is that he's a moody, miserable, self-loathing, hating Catholic. Like he hates himself. And that's part of it. He's always at odds. Like I've read Daredevil forever. And there's always that like, shouldn't I? Whose life am I ruining by doing this? Yeah, it's him brooding. It's just a lot of brooding. So that is pretty accurate too, but you're right. In a TV show or a movie, you can only do it so many times, and you're like, am I watching the same thing over and over again now?
Oh, Sci-Fi George corrects something from earlier. Luna Snow is South Korean. Quicksilver and Crystal's daughter is also named Luna. 2 different people. Okay.
Luna. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying, Sci-Fi George.
Sci-Fi George.
And Jeremy sends another super chat. Thank you, Jeremy. We need more Wolverine figures.
Yeah.
Hasbro never shows that character any love. I know.
Yeah. When was the last time we
that's
saw one? Like I was
Forget it.
struggling
Don't
to
worry,
think
we're
about that.
Listen, we got to get into these figures. We've been talking about
Let's
Daredevil
go.
for so long. Okay,
Let's do
here
it.
we go. Muse. They're going to do Muse.
He's got suspenders. I'm in.
There he goes, the cannon.
He
Done.
paints in blood. So
This could be cool. If they do it the right way. Like we keep referencing the comic book. In the comics, he looked really freaking badass. So I remember reading that wrong like it was yesterday.
yeah, he's not far off from his comic look. It's right there. I mean, that's very close. So yeah, this could fit on your comic shelf maybe.
Careful, that's almost close to a white hood there. You know, watch out.
Watch out, Hasbro. Woo. Okay. And then, well, this is actually, I think this is going to, according to the rumor, it's going to be in a 2-pack with Bullseye.
The design poopy. The design for Bullseye here is just
bad,
poopy,
dude.
poopy.
Frumpy Bullseye, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like someone tried to play Snake Eyes and just didn't have the right parts, make it in time on Amazon, and couldn't complete the look.
Just
this is the Spirit Halloween version. Yeah.
Yeah, just put the target on his forehead. Like, we can handle it.
Yeah.
And don't put it on his skin. Put it on his mask.
Okay,
Hopefully
Muse in
next
that
season,
picture
man.
right there looks fucking badass in that picture.
The
Dude,
Muse.
he was a sick son of a bitch in the show. Like when you get to the part where he starts popping up and show more often, like they did not hold back. I'll give them credit for that. And again, I'm sorry I'm talking about the show too damn much, but I would. This is another hostage pack, to coin a phrase, right? That Maniac gave us. That I want nothing to do with that freaking Bullseye, but. Man, if he's in with a Muse, it looks cool.
Dude, your superhero emblem is a bloodstain. I am in.
Yeah, man.
I might
That's
watch
cool.
this.
Let's see here.
Even got even got the jerk beanie going on right there too. The jerk
Oh yeah, he
beanie.
does.
Now, also, they're going to do a Daredevil. Now, this Daredevil in the red is coming out later this year. It's already up for pre-order. Was he in the black suit in? No. Okay, so this is like a shot from season 2. So they're already filming season 2.
Yes.
Shadowland.
Yep.
His
Area
crotch,
shots.
I don't want to bring this up, doesn't look like his pants are ill-fitting.
Yeah, it looks kind of
Might be a little
odd there.
low.
Yeah.
This could also be a stunt guy in a stunt suit. You know, I don't know. Who knows?
Man.
But yeah, I mean, the Shadowland Daredevil look is so cool.
Yeah, man.
I like
Especially if they do a figure of that, there's some good texturing on there. Like that's a good figure. That could potentially be pretty great. I know they did the comic book version back in the SP Spider whatever Spider-Bot thing.
Yeah.
But that's a cool looking figure if you can get that thing out next year too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I would definitely pick this. Honestly, I want that Muse figure. I don't really care about the Bullseye, but I want the Muse.
Yeah.
Because that'll fit in the comic display, and that just looks cool.
Mhm.
Like that's a good translation from the comics, right?
Has
there.
Legends done a Shadowlands version?
Yeah, it was in the SPDR wave.
Okay.
Yeah, Tim just said. Okay, so that's it for Daredevil. And then more movie stuff, Deadpool and Wolverine. They got a lot to flesh out from that movie.
Yes, they do.
So first up, Elektra. Old Elektra.
woman Elektra. I'm
Old
all for
lady
it.
Elektra.
Old lady.
She's probably younger than you.
Jennifer Garner.
Yeah. She was cool in the movie.
She was so good in the movie. Dude.
She was better in this than the Elektra movie, which was not good.
Let's just pretend that never happened. How about we just
Right.
do that?
Good soundtrack.
Yep.
Yeah. Evanescence.
So you need her to complete that Deadpool team. So there's one, and they're doing that Gambit, so that might fit in with that team too.
Yep.
The Doomsday Gambit. Hopefully he's in that same suit. The Cavalry, which is
Calverine.
amazing.
That's insane. It's insane.
Rumors. It's early. He might be in Doomsday. The Calverine. Whole multiverse mumbo jumbo thing, right?
Oh, it's so good. That whole portion of that movie, that 6-7 minute. Oh,
Yeah, it was great.
I can't, man. But yeah, if we get any kind of figure coming out of that, yeah, that's printing money right there.
And he looked great as Wolverine. He's got the build. He's way too tall, but still, Henry Cavill is Wolverine. He's not Superman.
Yeah,
His
exactly.
schedule is open. So, all right, Calverine. Tim, are you buying MCU at all, or?
I honestly, I'm very much long game on MCU anymore. I've sold a lot off, and I'm still considering selling more off with the move having occurred. It has to be either really, really cool for me to buy MCU, or it's got to be really, really cheap, on a clearance for me to buy MCU. So Calvary is unique enough. I might do it. I did buy the Jackman Wolverine because I wanted the head sculpt to kind of mess around with the Jackman.
Yes, that's a great head sculpt, Tim.
Yeah, I picked that one up. I popped it on some of the goon suits from Hawkeye, the Tracksuit Mafia. Yeah, but overall, not so much LP. I try to spend my money wisely, and MCU sometimes. Plus, I have to love the property. If I see a movie and freaking love the movie, I might be more likely to start picking stuff up again.
I'm the same way.
I'm picking usually like the War Machine.
Let's see.
The War Machine. I mean, that just goes right in with the rest of my Marvel Legends on the MCU version of it. I mean, I love that.
I said years ago, I was like, I'm in on the MCU, but only if it's from Iron Man to Endgame. And then, of course, No Way Home came out. So I was like, oh, I need all that too.
Yeah. What kind of ruined it was all the Disney Plus stuff, because all the Disney Plus stuff hit and it just didn't sell. And and again, to boot, we're not here to talk about TV and movies, but if the properties weren't that exciting. So it's like, why am I going to drop money on this unless it's $7 at a bargain store?
Right.
That's where I don't care. If the property sucks, because, I mean, my God, like She-Hulk sucked. I didn't even watch. I watched clips, and I'm like, but that, like, the figure of her in the jogging suit.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I love that, man. I picked that up full price. I didn't even wait for Ross or Ollie's.
All right. And then, now this is a rough translation. I think we're kind of guessing that it's going to be Sabretooth. I think the Chinese word roughly translated to wolf.
Okay.
But if it's from the Deadpool and Wolverine movie, probably Sabretooth.
Yeah, that's Tyler Mane from the original one, I think his name was.
I think it's Tyler Mane, wrestler.
Wrestler, yeah, former pro wrestler. So, nostalgia, but potentially, I don't know. Again, you're going back to the original Wolverine, the original X-Men movie there. You're doing a shot with those.
I'd rather have that version. But, whatever. I mean, he gets it. Hopefully he has, well, yeah, you can remove all Marvel Legend heads. So
just
pop it right off.
Yeah.
Okay. No, by the way, no X-23 and no Blade.
Man, the Blade's a miss, man. The Blade's a miss.
Yeah, Blade would have been my number one. Like, I want
Blade I would want. Like, this Sabretooth, I don't give a shit. I mean, I got my close enough Jim Lee one, right? And that another hostage pack with a Wolverine. Yeah. But now, that one, Blade, yes.
There's only one Blade. Only ever to be one Blade. I still can't believe that line got into the movie, by the way.
He is the only actor from the old Fox movies that I would want to still play Blade nowadays, because he pulled it off in Deadpool. I thought he looked great.
100% looked great.
But yeah, okay. So Sabretooth, and now we're going to get into some kind of MCU but animated X-Men 97.
Hey, here we go.
X-Men 97 was a hit. I think this was great. The kids love it, right? My son's upstairs right now with his buddy who's got all the X-Men 97 Marvel Legends.
Hey, so that's awesome.
Thanks to me, because he never saw them at the store. But a fan of the show reached out and said, "Hey, I got the whole wave if you want them." I said, "Yes." I bought them from him, and so he's got all the X-Men 97.
That wave is also really weird too, as far as like what jumped and gone, and then what went clearance. Like, did you not make?
It kind of sat around, and then the show came out, and it was
gone.
Except for purple leotard Magneto. That was everywhere.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? Toy hunting tip, everybody. Toy hunting tip. Tomorrow, Sunday, at your Target, the register lock gets lifted for the reissue Rogue figure. So if you listen to Rogue, I found them earlier in the week on a toy hunt last week on my channel, and I got register locked, and it pissed me off. So tomorrow is the release date. You can officially pick them up tomorrow, potentially maybe even the Wolverine. So if you missed out on the Wolverine and the Rogue, check your Targets tomorrow. They're Target exclusives. You might be able to walk out the figure you missed out on if you enjoyed that show and you want to kind of bolster your comic or your cartoon shelf up.
I already have them. I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll go check. Maybe someone needs them out there. Okay, so X-Men 97. First up, it says Cyclops and Jean. Now, not a 2-pack, but they've already done these. And so what I'm thinking is it'll be the season finale version. These suits right here.
Man, I'm all for this because that's Cyclops at least. That's the one I want right there. Because the closest was what, that 3-pack?
2-pack.
What was it?
With Phoenix.
With Dark
Is
Phoenix.
That what it was?
Yep. I actually just picked that up. I had just that 2-pack together goes for stupid money, but I actually picked up the Cyclops finally down at ToyCon, New Jersey, ToyCon, New Jersey. A couple of months ago, I bought it from the Toy Mayor, so like $40 loose. But I will say this: the Ms. Marvel version of this that was in the X-Men Krakoa wave was awful. It couldn't stand. It was and too small. Terrible.
And that's so close to this, the animated look. I have no doubt they will just repaint it, or not even repaint it, because it's like pretty much that, you know.
If they do, terrible. I mean, again, to get this Cyclops, a lot of people want this because we were talking about the arcade cabinet, right?
Yeah,
that's Cyclops from the arcade right there.
Right.
So, but yeah, if you put it with that same Jean Grey, man, the same or Ms. Marvel, whatever her name is.
This
Marvel
was not listed as a 2-pack. I just had the picture. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, you did say that. My bad.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
All right, and then another Wolverine. So I'm thinking probably the brown suit from the season finale, because from what I understand, season 2 is not even close to coming out.
They pushed it back, I think, unfortunately.
Well, sucks, dude, because I love X-Men 97 so much.
All the crap that went on behind the scenes there, it was bound to happen, though. That's the unfortunate thing. It's reading the tea leaves. I even thought to myself, this sucks, because we would have gotten it so much quicker, and then all that crap happened. So it's going to be a wait now, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems like. I mean, I follow the showrunner on Twitter. I forget his name.
The one that was removed from the show?
Yeah. It seems like he got screwed over.
Bo DeMayo? Yeah.
Bo DeMayo. Seems like he got screwed over.
It does seem like he got screwed over.
And you know what? I'll actually say I had the opportunity on IE to have a 2-hour-long conversation with him and Dante.
Oh, cool.
And he was such a cool, gracious dude with his time. He wasn't in a hurry a bunch of times. You know it is, Ryan. You do all the interviews, you can't do interviews. You want to get people an out. Like, hey, I know it's getting late if you have to go, if you have a hard out or whatever. And no, I'm good. He's like, I'll hang out. I'll talk about whatever you want. I can't tell you some things, but I'll hang out. And he was a cool dude. So whatever went on, I don't know. It wasn't released to the public, but he was very gracious with his time and cool to talk to.
I'm going to try to get him on 3POA. That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, man, reach out, because he was really cool to talk to. And you want to talk about an X-Men fan?
He is
a big fan, hardcore fan.
He is a real fan, and he loves these characters. And according to him, part of the reason why he was removed is because he wanted to stay true to the characters, and Disney wanted to change stuff, and he didn't back down. So I know a lot of people don't like Morph because they made him non-binary or I don't know, but I'm like, to me, Morph is such a nothing character, really.
Which is I don't give a shit about Morph at all.
Yeah, and it wasn't really a big thing in the show, so whatever. I love the show. Like, no one's gonna change my mind.
And you know what? Yeah. And they did awesome shit with Morph. Like, he turned into the Blob. He freaking belly bumped them into the air. I was confused. I remember being so confused when they were falling out of the X-Jet. I'm like, when did Archangel show up? When did he show up? I'm like, no shit, it's Morph,
And then Psylocke.
Cool
Colossus. He did Colossus, I think, at one point. Oh, that was
so cool, man.
He did the Hulk against a Sentinel. Oh.
And the theme song was true to the original, but just updated a little, and I love the update to it. Like the sound of it. It was so good, man. Morph existed only to be killed off. Yeah, because it was supposed to be not Warpath, his older brother.
Thunderbird?
It was supposed to be Thunderbird, but they didn't want to kill off the only Native American on the show, so they're like, oh, turn him into a white guy. That was the old X-Men from 92.
Right.
Because we talked to them on the show on Infinity Equation. That was like 2020.
I remember watching that from my apartment. I was so excited that you guys pulled up one of my questions, and I was like, "Oh, it's got a question asked to those guys, to the X-Men team." Yeah, I remember that. That was a good interview you guys did back then. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Lewalds and
Larry Houston.
Larry Houston. Right? Yeah, we talked to them. And then shortly after that is when Disney decided to do this, and they started working on it.
Yeah.
And then you can't get them on your show anymore.
Yeah. All of a sudden it's a little bit harder to book
Disney's
them, right?
like,
They put that lock on everybody, man.
Yeah. And then we actually talked to Cal Dodd, who was at the con I went to today. And Cal Dodd was such a down-to-earth, cool guy.
That's awesome.
Just a regular dude. Yeah. All right. moving on. So yeah, Wolverine, and then Rogue, which I'm thinking, I guess it's the Outback costume, but the green Rogue.
Yeah.
Which they did, and this was sitting at Ollie's, right?
Yep. I bought it at Ollie's. Yep.
That's right. I did the same thing. I picked up at Ollie's.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Let me go to this member chat. Jason Evangelista, before we move on, thank you for the 20-month member chat, Jason. Hi, Ryan, Zakainen, and Tim. I'll have to catch the replay. Rock on, guys. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you.
Jason Evangelista, man, has been 20 months. I mean, he's been around, man. He's awesome. Yeah. Agent of Mayhem, Jason Evangelista.
Absolutely. And then David Carlier, thanks for the super chat for more 2-packs. And he sends £2. Wow. All the way from the UK.
For 2 packs.
Or is that €2? That's a euro symbol. Yeah,
sure.
Euro.
It's all Monopoly money, whatever.
It's more valuable than $1. Thank you, David Carlier. Okay. Scully says, just sent you a DM. I thought he said loser, but he said laser.
Loser pants.
Just sent you a DM, loser.
It's amazing what the difference one vowel can make in a word.
Right? Loser pants.
For somebody who puts a lot of Instagram posts up and puts the word toys, if you actually take that O out and put another letter, you're on a whole different ball game when it comes to Instagram. So you got to watch those vowels and words.
0 POS, or I don't think he's used that yet.
Yeah, impossible. There's no announcement. I think it'll be at least a year from now, and it's been a year since the season 1 came out. So,
a shame.
Let's see here. Sam from Supernatural would be a good Gambit.
Yeah,
I never saw that show, but okay.
Supernatural, man, I love Supernatural up until Leviathan season.
Yeah, I was in on Smallville until like season 6, and then and that was all I could take from the teenage CW
Smallville
dramas.
But the Supernatural, way different than Smallville.
They all look the same to me, but okay.
Oh, how dare you!
Scott Eastwood is Logan. I agree. That would be a good Logan. Tito Man is here. Punisher is going to be the new Spider-Man, so I'm sure the Disney shows are all canon now. Really? Is that confirmed or just rumored? I would love to see Punisher show up in Spider-Man.
That's the rumor flying around right now. Is that it's good? They said the Punisher and the Hulk. So do what you will with that as a spoiler.
And then Jeff Wheat, thank you for the super chat, Jeff. Great seeing you today, LP. Can't wait for DFW. I'm at a quinceañera with Rosa. So I'll catch the replay, party on, chat dude bros, and Toxicators. Thank you, Jeff. Enjoy the quinceañera.
Ryan, I'll be curious to see if everybody gets this reference in the chat just really quickly. I think a great actor to play Wolverine would be Uncle Baby Billy. Let's see if everybody gets that reference in the chat down there. Uncle Baby Billy as Wolverine. Let's see if we get any responses or not. I'm curious.
Uncle Baby Billy.
We'll see how it plays out. I'll tell you guys afterwards if nobody gets it.
Also, rumor on 97 season right now is they're saying 2026 is the rumor.
So, yeah, a year from now then, probably. All right, and then North Star, who was not in season 1. So, or was he? Was he like in the background on?
He might have been dancing around on the island or something, Genosha potentially.
Or it could be mistranslated or completely made up.
Yeah.
But I know Alpha Flight didn't show up in X-Men 97. Not unless they were like in the background somewhere. Yeah,
I don't think so.
So North Star, and then Havoc, Scott's brother, Havoc.
Depends on what suit they put him in, right?
Yeah. Well, you think about it. The last one we got. Now there was a leak I think that Todd put out or a model behavior last year that we were going to get Polaris and Havoc again in a 2-pack. So I guess this is 97, but that Havoc from that 2-pack back in the day, it's not holding up too great. It's on a really old buck, obviously the pins. So if they did this suit, you can fudge that into your comic shelf pretty easily.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, and then they will have done all the. Well, they already have done all the Summers brothers.
Yeah.
And the dad.
Yep. Even Vulcan. Yeah.
Yep. Vulcan. Yep. All right. So that's it for X-Men 97. Next up is comic stuff. Finally, there's a few things here, but not a ton. So coming in 2026, it said the latest version of Wolverine, So David displaying model behavior suggested maybe Ultimate Wolverine, and I could see them doing this.
Yep.
I didn't know I
turnaround.
needed a masked Wolverine until my boy Mikey, JMK Customs, showed me that. And I was like, that's actually pretty damn dope. And it's almost like this samurai kind of, battle mask that he's got going on. Also, in this picture, is that supposed to be a red star across his chest?
I have no idea. Like, this has got to be a Jesse Falcon decision. Like, make the new stuff. It seems like he is the guy that wants to push the new stuff. At least that's what Bobby said when he was there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but I'm not gonna go deep into like the new Ultimates universe. So I'm not even gonna start it.
Yep.
So maybe Ultimate Wolverine. It says the latest suit.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever they're doing now.
There's always the latest suit with Wolverine, right? So.
Tito Manazir says this Wolverine is also the Winter Soldier. So this is Winter Soldier Wolverine. Okay.
He is the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the red star would then make sense.
Which is actually kind of a cool concept. I'm going to say it. Like, that's kind of cool. Because he was in World War II.
Oh, with the half mask, too. Like, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay.
I'm in. Call me Wolverine. Let's go.
Cool concept. Still don't need the figure. And then a Ghost Rider is listed. I'm leaning towards it'll probably be Robbie Reyes.
I assume so, man. I mean, because the whole Engine of Greed failed.
Yeah. And I think this is supposed to be a BAF wave, like a Build-A-Figure wave. So if the Build-A-Figure is Mephisto.
Ooh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me now. Don't give me hope.
You'll be buying that Ultimate Wolverine.
Yes, you will. I know I will.
That will be the one that doesn't come with the piece. You know it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
you can
point.
skip it then.
Yep.
So, Ghost, I'm thinking Robbie Reyes, or maybe they'll do Vengeance, or maybe they'll do an updated Johnny Blaze, because the one that came with the bike is
Catch.
very outdated.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Danny Ketch.
I know the last Ghost Rider that came out, right?
Yeah,
you're talking about before that.
That one's good. They don't need to redo Danny Ketch, but Johnny Blaze, yes, because that's old and
that's old.
It's on that Star-Lord body, and it's the legs are too long. It's got pins. It's time for an update.
That's like Toys R Us days. Still, I've actually bought that at Toys R Us. To be honest.
Yeah. I bought it at Barnes and Noble for like $17.
Shoo.
With the motorcycle, yeah, it's sat there.
Wow, that's a good find.
Those are the days, man. Because I also found SH Figure Arts, Chun-Li, and Ryu, and got them both for just under $20.
Oh man,
each.
Dang, those. That's back when you could find those steals when you went out there and looked. Yeah,
dude, they had the SH Figure Arts Turtles there on discount. They were like $18. The Barnes and Noble used to be the spot, like back in 2018, 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I'd find all kinds of good deals. All right. So there's going to be a Ghost Rider in there, and then a Hawkeye, which I'm hoping will be the Dark Avengers Hawkeye. Now, I do have the All-Father Build-A-Figure Wave Hawkeye in my Dark Avengers display with that, and that's like a complete team now, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not exact. So it says Hawkeye. I'm thinking maybe they'll do Dark Avengers Hawkeye because they've been putting members of that team out the last couple of years.
Was that Taskmaster that was Hawkeye
Bullseye.
in that? It was Bullseye that was okay.
Bullseye is Hawkeye, yeah. Yeah. And then Matt Gargan was Spider-Man.
Scorpion?
Yep.
Who's Matt Gargan? Okay.
Yep, Scorpion. But he didn't have the tail. He was just in the black suit. Okay, so Hawkeye. Which I was surprised to see that Hawkeye with Sky Cycle sit around for so long.
And in Ollie's.
Yeah, the fact that made it to Ollie. Now I didn't see it there many times. I think once or twice maybe I saw it there because I helped some friends out with it, but it didn't sit around as long as like say the Captain America exclusive or whatever. Like they moved quickly, but yeah, that was a steal for a vehicle and a figure. It was a good
thing here in Kansas, man. They sat around for a long time over here. It was dumb.
Dang, man.
Shout out to producer Scott for getting me that Hawkeye at Ollie's for $20.
Nice.
I just wanted a second, I just wanted to, I got West Coast Avengers, I got Avengers, I need 2 Hawkeyes.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on from Hawkeye. By the way, I don't know if it's Dark Avengers Hawkeye. I'm just guessing. Speculation. And this is speculation of speculation.
That's right.
All right. And then Marina, Submariner's lady,
Don't
who
give
is
a
also
I got
going around
nothing
with
here.
Alpha Flight.
I got nothing.
Marina?
No background for this one for me. I know Alpha Flight. Don't know her.
Oh, I know her. I do not care, man. I'd rather have Puck, and I don't even like Puck.
Well, I feel like for those people who built the Alpha Flight with the 5-pack and all that stuff, maybe they're like, okay, this helps me finish a subdivision of the team. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't think she was on the team. She was just like in the book, like
just in it,
hanging out with them. You know,
wow.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Not me. Pass.
But again, this is a rough translation from Chinese. They think it says Marina, however you say it. And then there was an Iron Man Mark III, but it said gray. So the Mark III is the one with the triangle chest, the third one over.
It's not the sex one? The sex doll Iron Man? What is that?
No, I know. I don't know what that is.
What?
I got this picture from, I'm like, why does he have an O mouth? Like, he has a sex doll mouth. Now be careful. Don't get me a strike.
Oh, I'm sorry. You better take this down. Disavowed.
Digital blur.
Oh my God.
So it was Superman or Iron Man Model 3 or Mark 3 in it gray version. Again, roughly translated from
It'll
Chinese.
be an Iron Man. I mean, that makes sense. They would have an Iron Man.
Yeah, there always is, right?
It could just be Mark III right here, because the one we got from the 20th anniversary of Toy Biz wasn't quite that. It was he didn't have the triangle on his chest like that.
Yeah.
Right? He just had the circle. It was a reuse of that body. Who knows? This is all just crotch reactor Iron Man. Iron Diddy.
Iron Diddy. Oh man, there's
all
a
right.
custom.
Okay, so we can move on to the next one. Next one says Sentinel pack. I'm hoping it's Marvel versus Capcom Sentinel.
That'd be yes, they'd get my money there.
What if it's a big giant Sentinel shooting out little Sentinels like that?
Yes.
Take my money, please. Yeah.
Take
right?
my money. Make it $300 and keep it out of the hands of the poors.
Okay? Yeah. Only the elite get that.
Well, maybe not, because that Dragon Man was seriously huge, especially with the wings. But I guess this could just be a regular deluxe, like they're doing for what, 50?
Like if they did it like
60
like
maybe.
Odin sized or something, or like maximum Hulk sized.
Yeah.
Like I'd be good with that.
Oh, it'd be so cool.
Yeah,
and this would sell.
It's the button. Oh yeah, Capcom, all that stuff going on right now. Dang man, yeah.
But people would buy multiples too.
Oh, 100% I would.
building.
I mean, done.
Anything Sentinels, dude, they know that they're printing money, man. Seriously, like what Sentinel doesn't really sell at this point. I mean, yeah, you had the 3 3/4 wave show up at Ross, but they were a hotcake at Ross because well, wanted the Army build them at Ross. So Sentinels are people want them in their hands one way or the other.
Yep. Justin Booth, thanks for the super chat. The only thing that bothers me with Hasbro is that the Daredevil Born Again figures weren't released at the same time as the show.
I did a live stream on that. I did a live stream that where I predicted they were going to, and I was way wrong. Way wrong.
Yeah. It seems like with MCU movies, they're usually on time, kinda. Although Fantastic Four, they're spot on. They're on time. But the Sony movies, they were delayed, right? Like No Way Home took forever.
Yeah.
What else took forever?
A lot of the figure waves, Shang-Chi, they reordered the movies. So there were quite a few movies where the wave came out at a much different time than the movie did. There was no alignment there. Black Widow. Yeah. And then DOA, DOA hardcore. But Daredevil, they should have nailed that, man. I'm on the record saying that. They should have freaking had that ready to go to come out in that show. Not a pre-order, not a digital render. They should have had, boom, they're hitting shelves. I don't know why they didn't or what went wrong there, but should have figured it out, man. Figure it out. Figure it out. Check them out on Wednesday. Check them out on Thursdays, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Let's see here. Okay, so we got the Sentinel there. And then something translated to shapeshifter. So I just...
Which
Here's some shapeshifters from Marvel. It's probably not even all of them, but Chameleon, Super Skrull, Mystique.
Man.
There's the Morph.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to be animated Morph because I figured they just put him in the X-Men 97 wave, but yeah, who knows? A new Mystique? Wasn't she rumored?
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I think she was rumored, but
She was on a 2-pack list. Mystique and
I think it was supposed to be her and Destiny originally, and they slipped that
that's
road
what
in
it
there
was.
instead.
yeah.
updated Mystique would be nice. You know,
Yep.
give her the articulation from
The Black Widow.
Black Widow.
That new Black Widow buck.
Yeah, man. The old one just structurally, that Walgreens exclusive, I still have it. Those old legs just get so freaking wonky over time. It's unfortunate. They don't hold up. So you almost have to upgrade to get the chance.
What they do? What was the body for the VHS one, the animated one, or the cell shaded one?
Oh, it's a good question. I had that for a brief time.
It was the same one.
It was the same one. I skipped
that was the
on
one
it
where
'cause I
the
didn't want the
packaging
cell
artwork.
shaded.
The packaging artwork showed pinless double joints, and then the figure was single joint
That's right.
pinned. It was
They botched the artwork.
It was a big debacle.
Yep.
I mean, do we need a Super Skrull? I feel like we've gotten a couple of those. I don't know. And then Chameleon. I mean, we got the animated. They could update the comic look Chameleon for sure. So Shapeshifter. And then I don't know where they're going with this. The last Lady Deadpool sat around forever. Super cheap. I think she's gone up now because of the Deadpool movie and Lady Deadpool showed up, but they're going to do a Lady Deadpool comic movie. I don't know. Doesn't say. Probably comic.
It just depends. I mean, if this comes out, depending on what buck they use, we're back to that whole thing again.
Yeah.
And it's I'm in or I'm out just based on that buck.
Yeah, but anytime they throw it on that Black Widow buck, it's going to pull a lot of people in regardless of the character. It's just going to happen. The super articulated female body.
Yeah.
Diarrheas for the shapeshifters, or Hal says Super Skrull on a Fantastic Four retro card.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I put that Felicia, that Gamerverse, I put her like right onto that Black Widow body.
Travis.
Hot take.
You and me, bro, we're on the same page. I know. But when I Googled it, that popped up. I was like, oh, this fits. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, true. Last Super Skrull was a Build-A-Figure, so maybe it's going to be a single pack. They do that now, right?
And it was not easy to put together. That was one where you had to heat that sucker up.
I remember your video. I went to get I went and saw that.
Yeah, man. I brought that back from my old Instagram and put it on YouTube at some point as an old, you had to heat those pegs aren't really meant to be Build-A-Figure pegs, those legs. It was a chore, I recall, but it's a cool figure. It's a nice looking figure on the shelf.
It is. I think it still holds up.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, this next one for me, fingers crossed. It's the X-Force, the Uncanny X-Force version of Psylocke, because I was trying to pose up that team, because I have it complete now, with the old Psylocke from the Sentinel 3-pack, Phantom X, and her, and
Nimrod.
Nimrod.
God, Nimrod, that figure sucks so bad, dude.
But the Psylocke is worse. Old female buck, just
female buck.
hard to pose, the gummiest knees.
Yep.
The derpy looking face. Like if they just took their Capcom, not Capcom Psylocke that they're doing with Thanos, put her in black.
Yep. Done.
Yep.
I'll buy 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wish I could have got that from Target pre-ordered.
I'm hoping to get one of them. That I really hope that, much like like Charlie Xavier, that retro card is effing everywhere in my area.
Everywhere,
Picks deep. So I'm really, really hoping that 2-pack just floods. But it'll be the one that doesn't. It'll be the one that does not flood. And
because it's Target, man. That's how that works. Like Warbird. Warbird did not flood anything at Target.
It did not. You're right.
Listen,
Dang.
I got one pre-ordered on Target, and I got an email today saying it's going to ship early July 20th.
Oh, man. Yeah, I need me one.
Nice.
Chat, holla at your boy on that Psylocke, because I need me one.
Now, speaking of Psylocke, my second choice would be Outback Psylocke here, the armored look.
Yes.
Because, let's finish that team, okay? Okay, Marvel team.
You sound like Hatter right there a little bit. There's a little more hand gesturing.
Unintended. Yeah, I gotta. Hey. Yeah, let's finish the Outback team. Still need Colossus, Psylocke. They've done Storm. Rogue.
Damn it! Who was the Mr. Aboriginal dude with the digger do? What was his name? Got the
Gateway.
Gateway. Yeah, give me a Gateway too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but my number one, Uncanny X-Force Psylocke. Let's update that old piece of crap. Then I'll be happy. Okay, so let me check the chat real quick before we move on. Let's see here. Mystique was already revealed on a purple retro X-Men card. Okay, there you go. I must have totally forgot that. There's so much going on. There's leaks, there's reveals, there's
this last few days has been completely nuts. The floodgates have been open with toy news, import, domestic, everything.
Yeah. I'm starting to recall the Mystique now, but yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for the reminder, John Garrett. Oh, and she's going to be a Target exclusive. Great.
Great, awesome.
Okay, moving on from Psylocke, Wolverine pool.
I got nothing, man.
I had to dig deep for this. I guess he showed up in Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe or something. He's from alternate Earth.
Look at those claws, my God.
Yeah, they're like 3 feet long. Where do they go? Like into his brain? Like
I don't know. You know,
give me Panda Pool, okay? Give me Panda Pool.
There you go, Wolverine pool. Okay, and then finally, a new U.S. agent. Have no idea. I mean, they just did one like a year. No, I guess it's been a couple years.
It's been a couple years, but I mean, that went to Ollie's big time. The
and
MCU one is now showing up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Or Disney Plus or whatever version of it. I love it, and I love Band U.S. Agent. I love it when it was Cap. I love it when it was Walker. I'm all for it. But man, that's don't know why I would do it.
If they reuse the Kree Sentry Bath for that MCU or MVC Sentinel, I'm flipping tables. No, don't do that. Let's see here. Get that one. Yep, we are caught up there. Okay. Now, I didn't know this was a thing until I saw this list. There's a Magic the Gathering Marvel series. Cards, Magic cards, Marvel?
I mean,
apparently
I haven't heard anything with a Marvel Magic, Crack the Gathering, because my God, I spent a lot of money on
there
Magic.
Is, because I found pictures of them. I didn't know it existed until... So, Doom 2099.
What?
Is on the list.
Magic?
Yep.
Yeah. Boy, is that not Magic the Gathering as far as that. That's Marvel. That's Legendary is what that's from, I want to say.
Well, this is a picture I found.
Oh, I thought these were actual pictures. Like, holy shit.
No. I got some of those, but just wait. So this is under the Gamerverse banner, this Magic the Gathering stuff. Gamerverse.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they own Magic the Gathering.
Wizards of the Coast, Hasbro, yep.
Yeah, so this could be a way for them to increase sales, right? Crossover. Sue Storm, Invisible Woman.
If they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. If it's just their normal looks, maybe someone in the chat can fill me in. If it's just their normal looks, like, who cares if it's maybe it comes with a Magic card.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Interesting. Yeah. That would be kind of cool because Magic the Gathering used to do that with magazines. Mm-hmm. They would do all kinds of promo stuff, which was smart back in the day. That'd be cool.
And you're going to pull people in. Like I'm an AEW fan, wrestling. For a short time, they were packing wrestling cards in with the AEW figures. So people are going crazy buying AEW action figures by Jazzwares because they actually had the cards in there with them. So something like this where you might pull in some Magic card fans just buying. The Malice thing I like. If they did Malice, that'd be cool. I see John.
Yeah, Malice. Yeah.
Malice would be cool.
Rivals, by the way.
Very silly looking costume,
but if it's just this look like from the FF Super Scroll wave that we got 5 years ago, then why? Just to get a card?
Well, I don't. This, like I said, I'm just googling pictures here to make a slideshow.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I got you.
And the only info I have is just Magic the Gathering and the name of the character, and then Black Panther.
Okay.
We got a lot of
When
Black
was
Panthers.
the last Black Panther that came out? Was
that
the Void wave?
Void, I think Void.
Void, yeah. The gold with the gold, yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
And it was Classic before that? with the gray claws, the gray boots.
The Walmart exclusive. There's a Walmart exclusive at one point, a long time ago. I guess.
That was in the Black Panther re-release wave, the MCU, but they had like the comic Black Panther in that wave.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And that one's pretty good. It's on the Vulcan body. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America.
Gotta have Cap.
Yep. It's gonna sell. Cap. People like Cap.
But is it Bucky Cap? Is it Sam?
Yeah.
Probably Steve, but I don't know. Now this picture here, I'm sorry I can't zoom in. It looks kind of like his ultimate look. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is his ultimate Cap.
That looks
I could
like
see them here.
The ultimate has like the star on the shoulder, I want to say.
Yeah. I could see them here doing something where it's a standard Cap body we've gotten with a brand new head sculpt. Where it's like you want to buy it because of the head sculpt kind of thing.
With the Magic the Gathering card.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the last one was
guessing
the
about
Cap
that.
with the Capcom is the new Steve coming out. The latest Steve's going to be that one.
Yeah, I think it's Butterflies. Yeah.
World Made of Cardboard says this is just Hasbro mixing two incompatible IPs together. Next day we'll do Star Wars with D&D. I mean, yes, I agree. However, if they did a Magic the Gathering style game for Marvel, I'm sure that exists.
It's
called Marvel the Gathering.
Marvel the Gathering. Marvel Legendary, by the way, is an amazing card game. It's awesome.
Well, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I don't.
But I will say this: Magic the Gathering, like they've done, like Transformers, which I actually need to get because they have a Soundwave Magic the Gathering card. They've done Lord of the Rings was huge because they had that one ring. And they were all serial numbered, and there was just one of one. Like there was only one ring, and that NBA player spent $2 million to buy it off somebody. I want to say, Chat double check me.
Ridiculous.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Now this next one is odd because it was kind of all by itself, but it's from Avengers: The Crossing, and they're listed together: Vision and Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
So it looks like a Scarlet Witch and Vision 2-pack. Which he's mostly green with the red face look, and then she is pretty much Scarlet Witch. She's right in the middle there without the
arms up there,
without the big hat crown thing.
Yeah,
whatever that's called.
It's gonna get clipped.
It's a time when there weren't a lot of figures necessarily in that style that I can recall. So maybe that era, you bring them back. I don't know. Could be cool.
Maybe that's the Hawkeye we're gonna get.
Oh wow, Post Malone. No shit. Post Malone paid $2 million for that. Good lord. I kept hearing it was an NBA player. Shows what I know.
Wow. Alrighty.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch. I mean, I love Wanda, man. So I'll probably pick it up depending on, again, what buck did they use?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are we gonna build this team?
Well, it's got to play out over 7 to 8 years, and eventually you'll get them all. So
exactly, it's like finish what you've already started. Like it's time.
The only thing I can see with something like this, Ryan, would be we get that 2-pack, and then we immediately get a 5-pack Amazon exclusive, and it's all the rest. And it's if you want the team, here it is.
You know that's how they're going to do Feral and Wolfsbane.
I was just going to bring up Feral eventually at the end here. Yep.
But I mean Wolfsbane for the Uncanny X-Men, the gray and black suit, not Uncanny, but the gray and black suit X-Force.
Yep.
She'll come in a 5-pack with the same figures again.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And then Vanisher. Okay, so then the next one, now I brought this in because the next one was it says Walmart. Well, no, I'm sorry. War Machine Punisher, or it translates to Mecha Punisher from Chinese. So we've gotten this before. This is a War Machine Punisher, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Fan channel exclusive, I believe it was. Yeah. GameStop stuff. Yeah.
And then, but there is a Mecha. This is from somewhere.
If they do like that Ironmonger or that Detroit one that they had, right?
Detroit Steel,
Detroit Steel, I think they could do a repaint with not a whole lot of retooling
the same
there.
Body, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, are we gonna get that? I'm telling you, I'd buy it. That looks cool.
100%.
The big skull on it, big minigun on the shoulder.
It's the logo, man. Like we were saying earlier on, that logo, you slap that on an action figure, it's usually gonna go.
Hopefully, it's not this.
Yeah.
Because again, like there's so many versions of that we've got already. But yeah, they do like an Ironmonger, Detroit Steel version of that, then all in.
Mhm.
This is just the MCU War Machine with a repaint.
Yep.
So Ironmonger Punisher would be awesome. Yeah.
Did anyone ever see the Detroit Steel go on clearance?
I haven't.
That was
I was
that
surprised.
was on Pulse. That was
I
on
never
Pulse
saw that sell out at all on Pulse.
It might still be there. Isn't it at Ollie's?
I've never seen it ever.
A wise man named Art G made a prediction once to me that he thought that would show up at Ollie's eventually. So it hasn't yet, but could.
I thought maybe Scott Hughes saw it there. I can't keep track. Okay. And then after that is all it says is Walmart Punisher, and so I'm thinking it's going to be like that Ninja Punisher they did a couple of years ago, because they haven't done that yet, and Jesse Falcon loves the new stuff. Make the new stuff. So
good call.
I don't want this.
No.
Punisher has guns.
And not that logo either. It's stupid.
Nope.
Don't like the logo either. Yeah. No, don't want this. Don't want Ninja Punisher. But that's just my guess that it'll be this Punisher.
Speculation of speculation.
Speculating on rumors.
My God, I hope it's wrong. Holy cow.
Yeah, that Detroit Steel was on clearance on Pulse for forever.
Oh, I never saw it go on clearance on Pulse.
Yeah. See, Robert got it for $30. I didn't get it at all.
Come on, Ollie's.
Still don't want it. So that's everything from the rumored list. There was something that said American Secret Build-A-Figure, but I don't know what that is. So how do I even read?
I can build America?
I think people were predicting there's the potential that was meant to be that. I think that then one of the next Maximum figure was going to be Cap. I thought I'd heard that out there somewhere.
So there is Maximum rumors on here. It was Thor and Black Symbiote Spider-Man. But it's kind of unclear whether the Symbiote Spider-Man is going to be Maximum or it's the Maximum body done in a single pack without all the crap Symbiote painted, right?
Man.
Which we know they're going to do.
Yeah.
They're going to do every Spider-Man on that new body, and not all of them are going to be Maximum.
Yep.
You know, you're not going to be selling probably a Ben Reilly Maximum. You're not going to get $50 for him. Not enough to, justify the production run.
Agreed.
But they'll use the body in a regular $25 pack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's gonna happen.
And then Maximum Thor, I think that's a good call. Like the 80th anniversary Thor is great, but it's due for an update. And for the love of God, have his hair swept to one side so that he can look up while pointing his hammer right into the sky, because there's no Thor figure that can look up. Not even the Mafex.
It's that mod on that Marvel Legends where they're snipping that hair. I think I shot you that video LP on that one where I just kind of cut it up and then he was able to get it to go back on the was the 80th anniversary?
80th anniversary, yeah. But I just have it swept to one side or swept back or have a swappable head or something so that Thor can fly and
or small things that make the most sense. Like why? Yes, he's flying. He should be able to look forward.
Yes. Yes.
Jada did with Blanca. If you use that kind of hair, you can do it. Or articulated hair, like on that the Zero Horizons figure.
Yeah. And they'll give him the spinning hammer that they gave to Ragnarok.
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
They'll give him a bunch of hands, a bunch of lightning effects, and it'll be $50. And honestly, I'll probably get Thor for $50 because they don't do a ton of Thor. Not if it's classic. I want classic Thor, right? I have a million Spider-Mans that look like Maximum Spider-Mans. I didn't pay $50 for that. But Thor, if he's packed in tons of lightning, spinny hammers, different hammers, Stormbreaker, just give him everything.
Have they been pinned so far on the Thors?
Yes, they're all
pinless.
Yeah.
So then that would be the next step of being able to do it pinless.
Got to be pinless. Don't reuse the 80th buck. 100% new mold. Don't do what you did with Hulk.
Yeah.
Right. Then you might get me for $50 friggin' for a Marvel Legend. But it's got to have everything packed in, so I don't have to buy anything from Can of Beams or any. Not that I don't like buying stuff from customizers. From I do,
Oh yeah, Can of Beans has that one, that little 3 tripod thing.
Yeah,
they just started advertising. That looks cool.
I have all kinds of stuff from Can of Beans because it's not included with Marvel Legends.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got something here. Oh wow, Scott, I don't want to talk about that, but that's crazy.
Yeah,
okay.
I almost.
We are at 2 hours. I'm gonna wrap this up. We're gonna shut this down. Tim, tell everyone where they can find you.
Hey, everybody. First of all, thanks for having me, Ryan. It's a pleasure hanging out and talking with you, Sarah. Zakainen, always a pleasure, man. Check these guys out. Or obviously, you're already here, but check out Zakainen as well. For me, YouTube, Disavowed action figures, toy hunts, sometimes a review or two. I'm doing a lot of videos right now kind of showing what it was like to move my entire collection. So if you're ever in a situation where you have to move your toy collection, some just different ideas you might want to use out on my videos, feel free to check those out. But otherwise, just, also daily updates usually on Instagram at disavowed_12. But again, it was a blast being here, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yep, absolutely, Tim. It's great to have you. I want to have you back, especially when I talk about Marvel Legends, because you know your stuff.
You know your shit.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Zakainen, I know you've been on a little break from Figure It Out and other things, but
we're coming back July 3rd. So me and Mikey, because Mikey was doing Joe Fest, he was giving me a lot of pictures from Joe Fest. He's having a lot of fun over there. Meeting a lot of raw dogs and hooligans out there in the wild at Joe Fest. But yeah, we're going to take a break, and then July 3rd, we're going to come back right before the 4th. What better way to celebrate the 4th than Figure It Out? 9 o'clock p.m. Central Time after Mega Powers.
Yeah. And we'd be remiss if we didn't say you can see Zakainen on Mondays, usually with the guys at Yojo Jerk with the Mega Powers, and also me on Thursdays with Yojo Jerk and Skelly and the whole crew and Toy Gains. So I forgot to mention that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're good, because we're doing it right now because Mega Powers, shout out, man. Hell yeah. So yeah, Raw Dogs. I will be on Monday with Jersey Maniac because he's too busy to be on here Saturday with us having a good time, but he made time to be on there Monday. So, and then before that, I'm rambling and ranting. I'm going to come back for my break, and I'm going to have It's Chad is going to come on. We'll do a little DFW, which actually, again, more Jerk and Gaines news. He should be on with Chad Sunday. I think those guys will be on there with Chad on.
Yep.
Little deal.
Okay. I believe so. Yep.
There we go. So as far as Wednesday show, I'm not sure because I fly out early Thursday morning. I'm playing that by ear. But if there's no show, that's why. If you haven't checked out the 100th episode, please go back and watch it. Ton of fun. Great episode. Lots of guests. And then, DFW next week. And then a month later, San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be there. And then, 3 weeks after that, Toy Tuber Expo in New Jersey.
Oh, my God. That is coming up that fast.
Summer is basically over. When you lay it out like that, it is scary how quickly these 2.5 months just
I know.
fly.
I gotta get some serious landscaping done. All my weekends are busy, though.
Please don't talk about that right now.
I know. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Hooligans, stay tuned for the after show. Give me a few minutes to get that fired up. And in the meantime, stay tuned for these extendo credits because you might be in them. Enjoy, and good night, everyone. Okay, wait, those are the wrong ones. Okay, wrong credits. Here's the new extendo credits. You might be in them.
Yo, this one's for LaserPants, the king of the stream, ripping mics on 3POA, living the dream in the face of hate. He's raw, gritty, and real. Let's bark at the haters, tell them how we feel. LaserPants, man, he's running the game. Action figure goat, putting on a shame. With Bobby Valor, they spit fire, no cap. 3POA podcast where the real ones clap. Informative, dropping knowledge on the toy scene. Entertaining like a flick on a big screen. From Mayflex joints to Mesco's dope flare. Marvel Legends stack, yo, they don't compare. Action Force rising, Jada Street Fighter kick, Savage Crucible heat, collecting the pics, unboxing that fire, every figure's a thrill. Laser and Bobby keeping it real. Where my collectors at? Throw them hands up high. LaserPants and Bobby, they the truth, no lie. 3POA, bring the heat, no chill. Real talk, no shills, keep it raw, that's the deal. Viper Island's a clown. We call them out, never backing down. Viper Island, man, what a joke, what a fraud. Lying like a cuck, getting dissed by the squad, talking big game, but he's losing the plot. LaserPants roast him, leaves him tied in a knot. No cowards here, they don't duck from the fray. Controversy they'll slay, let the truth light the way. Calling out the fakes, yeah, they swing that blade. Ain't afraid of your tears, watch your feelings fade. No shields in this camp, they don't bend for the cash. Spitting facts on the mic, leaving haters in ash. From the streams to the pod, they the voice of the streets. For the figure collectors, they the ones that we need. Where my collectors at? Throw them hands up high. LaserPants and Bobby, they the truth, no lie. 3 POA, bring the heat, no chill. Real talk, no shills, keep it raw, that's the deal. Viper Island's a clown. They call him out, never backing down. Viper Island's crying, yo, he's lost in the sauce. Talking trash online, but he's taking a loss. LaserPants last, man, you're weak, take a seat. Bobby chimes in, yo, your lies can't compete. They don't bow to the drama, they don't flinch at the hate. Real collectors, know they serving up plates. Every stream's a banger, every pod's a gem. Laser and Bobby, yeah, the best of the men. No filter, no fear, they don't cater to clowns. If you're acting like a fool, they'll shut you down. From the figures to the facts, they the voice of the game. 3 POA forever, etch it into the fame.